by Manchester Central. So Division II record held by Cole Brown.
When the gun goes off, I guess we'll be able to see who's ready to play. Who's going for what?
We have 9 teams competing on this. Brown, Portsmouth, Milford, Souhegan, Oyster River, Portsmouth Christian, Wyndham, Lebanon, and St. Thomas Aquinas. Top time coming in is 10:14 by Brown, Portsmouth with a 10:16, and Milford with 10:26. Mike, what do you like to have? You like to have your fastest person go first or last?
I think lots of times it depends on the makeup of the squad, who's in it and stuff like that. If you got the dogs, putting your slowest runner first, letting them lead and go with the pack, and then just have everybody cramp down and just pick up the pace as they go. That's kind of the most sure way to do it, I guess, if you can. But you gotta look at where your weak leg is and make sure that they can run with somebody. They don't end up all by themselves, or that's the hardest part.
Exactly.
But I mean, if you can't, the other thing too is if you know you're dominant, you want to put somebody out there to make a statement and just roll right off the bat. That can be, once you got the lead, getting by is a lot harder. You can keep some, if you got 10 meters, 15 meter lead in a handoff, the other person's going to start chasing almost immediately. They try to catch up to you. They're working a little bit harder. You keep them on their shoulder, and then usually you can, crush the last 100 and create that separation. It makes it really hard for other teams to get around.
Exactly. Sometimes even your fourth runner, if you've got a kid that's a winner and he knows how to win,
absolutely, yeah,
that's the bottom line.
Yeah, it's not necessarily always your fastest, the one that has the most grit, and just wants to be 8 meters down when they take the handoff.
Yeah, and you also got that little bit of team pressure too when you have 3 other people. It's not just your race; you're
exactly.
in there with.
And then there's kids that are just gamers, and there's others that aren't. Nothing bad about either of those cases, but if you got somebody that's a gamer and it's going to be tight, then you definitely want them in your anchor leg. Not exactly sure what's the hold up, but they're letting them stride out in the back corner before they bring them up the line. Starting to corral the boys up too.
Well, it should be a good day. We got a lot of quality runners this year, especially on the girls' side. Division II girls are it's absolutely loaded.
Yeah, when I was looking, just trying to get my head around the meets today, both meets, Division II and Division I. One of the things that I was surprised is there's 6 or 7 events where Division II is better than Division I, the seed times and stuff like that. But in particular, the 1,000, girls 1,000, boys 1,000 in Division II are actually faster seed times going in than they are in Division I.
Right.
And then the same in shot put. Top shot putters are in Division II right now. So that's, this is no second show, that's for sure.
Oh, exactly right.
Looking over at high jump, I'm not really sure exactly where we are, how many people are still in, but they're making attempts at 6 feet now. So they got to be getting down towards the end of the thing. I know that they said there are 6 guys in at 5'10".
Yeah, so 6 feet. To me, that's always the standard.
Yes. Yep. And for the guys
between good and everybody else.
Yes.
Yes. If you can hit 6 feet, you're right there nowadays.
Well, that's when you're at the point where the guys are jumping their height and better sometimes. So I had this girl one time come out for I think it was in gym class. She was like 4'3" or something like that, but she could actually high jump. And this is a little PE thing. And I tried so hard to get her to come out for track. She was never going to be the top high jumper, but people were certainly going to underestimate her.
Exactly. All right, they're approaching the line now.
Here we go.
Get this show running.
All right, up to the line. I'll giving the people what they want. You can hear the crowd starting to get into this already. They haven't even shot the gun.
Yeah.
I think one of the interesting entries here is Portsmouth Christian. I mean, you don't really get that much smaller a school, and then to be able to be one of the top 9 teams going into 4x8, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and their top leg there, she's a gamer. She
is a gamer. They're 100 meters in, they're all together. Nothing stretched out yet. All right, Souhegan at the front. Followed by Wyndham and Cole Brown. Threw in about 37. Still only 5 meters between first and last.
So 37.5, and that's basically 5-minute mile pace, so 2:30 half. So which gets you 10 minutes.
10 minutes, which is right where they were seated, right?
Yep. Be nice to see someone go under 10 today.
It would be.
10:14 is the best seed here, but
you don't know how they ran it during the season. The thing is, too, if you know you're in, you don't really worry about it at the end of the season to improve your spot. Souhegan, Cole Brown, Portsmouth Christian, Portsmouth, Wyndham, Oyster River, Milford, Lebanon right there still. There's still 10 meters maybe.
So right on 75 again.
Yep.
So 75 at the quarter. And then you had the magic adrenaline.
Yeah. Gun hasn't.
If you want to win a state championship, the adrenaline plays into it.
Absolutely.
There. Some kids do awesome things when that comes to, and other kids.
Sometimes it crushes them.
Crush under the pressure.
Yeah. I mean, I think at this point, all you can let your kids know is they're prepared.
Yep.
And they take it from there. Souhegan, Portsmouth Christian, Cole Brown.
She put a 36 in that one.
Yeah. There's definitely, you can see the top 3 are working. Cole Brown just went around Portsmouth Christian into second. Then you got Portsmouth, Oyster River, and Wyndham. Milford.
Now, handoffs aren't as important in the 4x800.
As long as you don't drop them.
As long as you get it down.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's not like 100.
No. I'm always amazed when you see in the 4x8 or something like that, blind handoffs. What are you doing? Just make sure you grab that baton and go.
So she went through in 2:26. So that was a nice start.
All right. We've definitely seen some of the teams come off a little bit. 800 got a little long for a couple of those girls, but
Souhegan's leading. Cole Brown coming right up.
Right on them. Portsmouth Christian, Gamely in third, too. Now, one of the things that they got to be thinking about, too, is I mean, here we are in the first track event anyways, and is the team score and stuff like that. Souhegan's, like I said, they're one of the teams looking at possibly the championship. Milford is probably the top seed, but Souhegan's in there as well, so they're trying to maximize as many points as they can at this point. They can put themselves up in that first position, and Milford's a little bit further back, and kind of get a jump on things. So right now it's Souhegan, Cole Brown, Portsmouth Christian, Portsmouth, Oyster River, Wyndham, Milford, Lebanon, and St. Thomas is in the back of the field at the moment. Souhegan's opened a little bit of a gap. Only 200 meters to go for the handoff. Looks like Milford might not be running. The team that they qualified for looked like they're struggling a little bit. at the end of each of these 800-meter segments. All right, we're through the finish line halfway through in 4:54, so
right.
we're sub 10 at the moment. So Egan has definitely opened a bit of a gap. You got about 20 meters maybe back to Co Brown.
So as we do take a look at the handoffs, we just want to let you guys know that we actually have a second stream running as well that does the entire track, so you can see the entire track. Camera's going to be following the main leader on our primary stream, but the secondary stream allows you to see all these things like the handoffs and get splits on your individual runners. So just wanted to offer that to you guys. It's right on the Meet Hub. Meet Hub, of course, sponsored by Patriot Pole Vault. It's also in the right on the side menu on our webpage, NewHampshireTrackandField.com.
All right, Sauhegan's really opened it up now.
They have.
They, the way they're looking, they could be on record pace here.
They could be on record pace.
At least challenge it.
Yep. Yeah, they're clear by over 30 meters right now. Co Brown solidly in second, but they've got chasing with Oyster River and Portsmouth. Milford and Wyndham battling. So Sauhegan's only 15 meters down on the end of the field, actually. So it appears that we're going to see some lapping going on. They're solidly out by 30 meters at this point over Co Brown. Portsmouth into third, 10 meters over Oyster River, fourth. Portsmouth Christian in fifth. And a battle between Milford and Wyndham for sixth. Points or no points right there.
Yeah, every point can count sometimes.
It can. You've seen it cross country has been at a couple of those where a point makes all the difference in the world. There we go, the handoff, 7:25. So we should be looking at a sub 10 anyways.
Yep.
Co Brown takes it. Addison Cox taking off, trying to give chase. And we got Oyster River, Portsmouth, Oyster River. Portsmouth Christian, Milford, and Wyndham basically handing off almost dead even. Portsmouth Christian to the front, Milford right on him, and Wyndham chasing. Sauhegan is going.
She just ran that lap in 33. She looked pretty easy.
Yeah. Addie's moving too. Co Brown trying to make up ground, but that's a pretty big gap to make up.
It's a 10-second lead right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Sauhegan.
So everybody into their last leg now. Milford going by Portsmouth Christian. Open the gap over Wyndham. Trying to get back some of those points. Sauhegan leading. Co Brown in second. She's followed by St. Thomas and Lebanon, but they're one lap down.
She got it down to 9-second lead now, but that's a tough one to come back on.
Halfway through, 9 seconds a lot. Portsmouth in third, Oyster River in fourth. Looks like Milford into fifth, Portsmouth Christian in sixth, Wyndham in seventh. So let's see how she closes. We're at 9:12. We're going to be at 9:15. So they're going under 10.
Yep.
Co Brown rolls through in 9:24, so they'll be under 10 as well. Portsmouth in third, Oyster River fourth. Less than 100 meters to go, 9:40. Sauhegan's coming around the back turn. Cole Brown's going to be close. Breaking 10, but Sauhegan's going to be your winner. Cole Brown coming through in second place. Portsmouth is going to be third. Oyster River fourth. Milford coming off the turn. They're going to be fifth, and Portsmouth Christian sixth. Wyndham seventh.
So everybody ran pretty much faster than their seed.
Yeah.
It was a good race.
Not a bad way to get started.
No, 954 or so.
St. Thomas getting Lebanon right at the line. That concludes the girls 4x8. We should be seeing the boys coming, bringing the boys up right now. Okay, for the boys. We've got Oyster River, Portsmouth, Milford, Coe-Brown, Trinity, Conval, Merrimack Valley, Wyndham, and Hanover. We've got them spaced out on the line already, just like that. We need to make sure that the timers are all set from that last heat. All right, they've given them the green light. We're off. Looks like Merrimack Valley straight to the front. They've taken it out. They've got 5 or 6 meter lead already. Somebody's thinking that might as well get going. All right, here we come around. First lap in 30, just over 30. Merrimack Valley, Trinity, Coe-Brown trying to go around Trinity. Looks like Milford, Hanover. Get them spaced out here a little bit more. We'll be able to give you a more accurate picture of where we're at.
All right, the state record here is 801 by Merrimack back in 2008.
I don't think that's happening today.
No. Division 2 is 819.95 by Portsmouth, 2014.
All right, we're through in 103. Merrimack Valley still out front. Trinity, Milford, Coe-Brown, Oyster River, Hanover, Conval. Maybe that wasn't Hanover. It's like Hanover behind Coe-Brown, behind Conval, and maybe Wyndham. The Portsmouth that I was screwing up. Both wearing maroon. Merrimack Valley still out front. Then Trinity, Milford, Oyster River, and Coe-Brown, Portsmouth, Wyndham, Conval, and Hanover. Getting ready for the first handoff. Merrimack Valley has opened up a lead and has kept it basically through this first handoff, first leg, I should say. Not a bad way to run it. So through in 208, and it's Trinity, Milford, Oyster River, Portsmouth, Coe-Brown, Wyndham, Hanover, and Conval taking it at the same time. Hanover having a little bit of a leg up on that.
So right now they're looking at about 8:35.
Nah, Oyster River seed time was 8:36 for the top mark, so
yep.
Makes a certain amount of sense. Merrimack Valley, Milford, Oyster River, Trinity, Portsmouth, Coe-Brown. Those are your top 6 at the moment. Looking at the makeup of some of these teams, I don't think these are necessarily their qualifying teams. So they've done a little bit of shuffling, so it'll be interesting to see if they can run basically their seed time or better on that than, you know, with substitute runners, and they're doing pretty good. Merrimack Valley, Milford, Portsmouth, Co-Brown, Oyster River, and Trinity. Boy, those placings are changing every lap, it seems. Kids try to feel their way through this. Wyndham, Conval, Hanover. Last lap, Merrimack Valley came through and was looking over their shoulders with 2 to go. That's not necessarily a good sign. At this time, they're still out front, but got Co-Brown right on them. Milford and Portsmouth chasing. It's going to be tight right into the third handoff, or second handoff, third leg.
Nice race to be in.
Nice race to be in. Looks like Portsmouth getting the baton first. And Merrimack Valley, Co-Brown, Milford. One of the Reynolds, not sure which one because they look so similar, but one of the Reynolds out front for Merrimack Valley, so that should be a pretty strong leg.
So they came through in about 4:18, so
Yep.
we're looking at 8:35, 8:36.
And I think much like the girls 4x8, the girls 4x8, we're going to see similar that the front of the pack's probably going to catch the back of the pack.
Exactly.
Seven, 8, and 9 are running together the whole way.
Just remember today we have 2 streams going at the same time. We got one that's right here. We got one that's following the lead runners around the track. So it's pretty high end and a lot coming together at the same time.
Absolutely. I don't know how any of this stuff works. I don't even know what we're doing, Jim. We're just talking. They're still pretty bunched up here at the front. Merrimack Valley getting overtaken by Co-Brown. Portsmouth right there. Milford. That guy's striding out like no tomorrow.
Wyatt Mackey, that's a freshman.
That is a freshman. They had 2 freshmen. Their lead leg, Luke, was a freshman too. Oyster River, Trinity. So this could be a pretty solid battle coming into this last handoff and last leg. You got Tangway on the line. He's taking the lead at 6:30.
I think they're in pretty good hands right here.
I think they are. I like Tangway with a lead anyways.
Yep.
And the first 4 are definitely separated out. Tangway just went around the guy 7, 8, and 9 like they were standing still.
Yeah, Tangway's capable of running a 2:05 or in that range.
Yeah, and he's gonna. I mean, he's not gonna slow down any either. He's full bore all the way. He just went through. He's probably got 20 meters on Milford, Portsmouth, and Merrimack Valley. I think that might be Audibert from Milford, who's got some legs, but again, he's got 15 meters to make up with 3 laps to go on a guy that's not slowing down.
No, Tangway will keep it.
Halfway through his leg, Tangway has a lead, keep maintaining the same lead.
Only disadvantage is they can see you. You can't see them when you're in the lead.
That's right.
But
he's got enough race experience. I think somebody taught him how to run pretty well, right?
yeah,
Who was that?
my son. They made each other better.
Yes. They certainly did.
He just, I'll tell you what, he changed my whole program.
Who's that?
Tangway.
Tangway?
Yep.
Yeah, he's not being caught. He's kept the same lead the whole way. These guys are already full out, so.
Yeah, he's just a good kid.
Yeah.
And he listens. And
yeah, my guys.
And he's respectful.
Yeah, my guys, you know, where they end up being around the same times and stuff like that, him and Jake have had some conversation. Really nice guy.
Yeah, he is. He was a soccer player. Kind of kept him under wraps till his 8th grade year.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to be special.
Well, here he comes to the line. Going to win it. 8:37 or so.
Yep.
Milford for second. Merrimack Valley for third. Portsmouth for fourth. Going to be Trinity for fifth. Oyster River getting sixth. They're in it for points too. They're definitely a team that has a lot of potential at this meet. They've got a lot of entries, especially in some of the distance events, and so they're going to be looking to score any possible point that they can. They definitely did not run their big guns in the 4x8 here. Top seed, finished sixth, and that's probably what they wanted them to do. Obviously, when your name's sitting in there in the number one slot, you'd rather see, the tops finish in the top spot. But they're looking to get those individual points from the other guys.
Exactly. You got to pace it off. You're in the hunt for state championship. It's like playing chess. You got to figure out where to put everybody.
We've always been so individual. We don't never really think about it. The kids pick pretty much the event that they want to do and stuff like that, where their best asset is and stuff.
And that's the thing we were talking about earlier, where some kids that are actually superstars, but they're on really good teams, they've got to spread themselves thin.
They do.
So they might not put up the fastest times or whatever, but their team could win a state championship. And then on the other end, you got kids that are on such great teams, and they get to focus in. So, it's one of those
we'd
tough
love
calls.
Yeah, we'd love to be in it for a state championship, but, the size of our school, there's just no
Right.
way. We're half the size as some of the other schools in Division III. We're not going to be able to cover all the events the same way other teams do.
Exactly. It's hard to measure your program by that, and you can't. It's not really.
I mean, the best we've ever done at a state championship is fourth
place.
But we only had entries in the 4x8, high jump, 800, mile, 32. That's pretty much where we were at. So you can pull down all the points you want there, but you're still not going to win a state championship.
Come up short. It's like Manchester West today.
Yeah, that
the
should
two
be fun.
Robitaille and their hurdler are going to get all of their points.
Yeah, they must have one other girl that's running here today. Maybe
hurdler.
But they must have one more because they need another leg for the 4x2.
Right.
So they have 3 people qualify for the meet, and things go their way. It's possible.
Yeah,
they could certainly be in it. Boys, you got to go that way. Well, they're getting set up now. They got to change the start line for the sprint trials. Getting ready and pulling out the hurdles. Setting those up. So they're done with the boys' high jump. We're not necessarily sure exactly what the results of those are. We'll get them to you as soon as we can. They're getting set up for the girls. Piers opening height set up for 4.6. And it looks like they may have at least finished the girls' long jump trials. I'm not sure if they're setting up for finals on that. It's possible they could even be done that because I see guys getting ready, getting antsy for long jumping. Might as well remind everybody that today's meet being brought to you by Patriot Pole Vault. It's a pole vault club out of Massachusetts, looking to enhance people's experience in pole vaulting. They're very, very knowledgeable. I know that they, a lot of the people that use poles in New Hampshire actually even just they rent them out.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have.
Absolutely, it's a nice resource.
Yeah. My son Forrest, who won the state championship this year, he's at home watching us, and he just wanted to. He sent me a text. He said, "Dad," he goes, might be a good thing to say. Cole Brown won that 4x800 with 3 freshmen.
Yeah,
3 freshmen and a senior, and
absolutely.
that tells you the program that they got there, and how I coached Deerfield cross country, and they put the whoop ass on us a couple of years ago.
They did, yeah.
And that was probably as good a team as any in the nation. I mean, it was
at that age.
Oh my God,
yeah.
it was just loaded. And these guys, a bunch of them now are freshmen.
Yeah.
And the other kid there was Porter Higas, that who can hold his own even at the short distances. And he's like a man already.
Yeah. I see he's listed in something. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, he'd
what
be
it was.
he'd probably the
600 or something.
Yeah, the 600. And he was out all cross country season. But he is. I know his father, and his father's strong as an ox. And but that group of kids, and when they get Aiden Cox in a couple of years, and, Tyler Kasich, they're going to dominate again, right? In the cross country.
And they just do such a good job up there.
They do.
I would say, I've known Tim and Brent probably 10 years, something like that, where our programs kind of cross paths and stuff like that. And can't ask for better guys to coach with/against. We're always excited to head up there for their invitationals, kind of like not really a home meet, but it's just a place that you feel comfortable. They take care of you. They make sure that everybody's race experience is an excellent one, and that's really what you want.
That's the secret to coaching too. If you have the passion and the kids believe in you, you can do a lot with it.
You can, yep. And they certainly, it's a different experience, and certainly from where we come from. Track and field's not really, the school doesn't look all that highly on it, even though we got some of the best athletes in the state. And then to go up to a Co Brown meet, and there's 100 parent spectators all decked out in Co Brown stuff. Cheering on their kids, but just cheering on the fact that it's cross country or track and field at its best.
So we have the 55.
We do.
High hurdles coming up.
We're going reverse order for trials, so they're starting out with the boys first. It says in our first heat we've got Steve Weeks of Portsmouth, Brian O'Malley of Portsmouth, Jack Finneral of Portsmouth, Ryan Clatcher of Co Brown, Ryan Gonzalez of Portsmouth, Mason Martell of Newport, John Ellie of Pelham, and Andrew Weeks of Portsmouth. I think Portsmouth's trying to get some points in the hurdles.
Yep, they always do.
They always do.
Back in the 80s, I had Reggie Snowden, Darren Hartong, Gary Turgeon, Brian Gorey, 4 best hurdlers in the state, all on my team.
Nice.
And that's why we won state championships, because of those guys.
I know in Division III for outdoor, one of the things that used to help you win a state championship were pole vaulters, but that's kind of gone away.
Right.
There were only a couple teams that were having pole vault at the time, but most of the division has caught up. We don't do pole vault, but that's we have a dirt track, so where do you put a pole vault pit?
Exactly. Tell you that Scott Rathburn from Keene. I saw him the other day down at Yale. He's the real deal, pole vaulter.
Yeah.
And he was a very good wrestler also, and he switched over.
Well, probably makes pretty good sense that a wrestler
going to
be able to manipulate their body the way that you need to in pole vault when you get to those upper heights.
Yeah, I think he'll be challenging the state record this year.
Yeah.
The way he's going. A lot of technique involved.
Yeah, the early, in the early development of them, you just see them ride the pole up, but then when they actually start bending the pole and inverting, it's a whole new game. I always thought it'd be awesome to do, but now as I'm older, the last thing I want to do is grab onto a pole and go upside down. I go upside down enough when I'm running at this point. All right, so they're lining things up.
Portsmouth's got a total of 9 in both heats. That's beautiful.
Like, what the heck?
They're 50%. More than 50%. It's
Right.
total of 16. So 9 out of 16.
Just love it. The one guy in this building that has no fucking idea.
All right, they got them down there for the blocks. They're getting ready. There, walking up on the left-hand screen is Ed Burgess. Half his family is officiating this meet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that's why he had so many kids, that they could basically run the UNH meets. His kids ran for Raymond. I remember Kevin. I must.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, Kevin Burgess. He must have been. I don't know when that was, but I do remember our. We were up at USM, and it was the all Division III meet, and he, a kid. Yeah, all you want from a kid is to run his guts out. Well, he certainly did. He hit the trash bucket after the race, but he also hit the infield during the race, and that was in the 3K. Back in at the 1500.
Huh.
No big deal. Got rid of some lunch and just keep going. Tough kid. Looks like they're getting started up in the girls' high jump officially now.
So Orion Clarcher is the number 1 seed. Comes in with a 7.880 from Cole Brown.
Got long jump over to the left of the screen. You guys probably can see it better than we can from where we're sitting.
So to advance in the 55-meter hurdles, it's the top one in each heat plus the next 6 fastest times.
Make sure that you get the fastest guys in that final. Guys and gals.
Now, I'm pretty sure you're active now. I'll show you. I'll try to refresh the scoreboard. So it should say 55-meter hurdles. It may not. At least I got the zeros. It may flip up running time or time of day, but I have no idea what's going on right there. I don't think they're going to go until this is partially done.
Right across from us is the timers. We've got Rick Berryman, who's Lancer timing, and they've been doing a phenomenal job for many years. I mean, as long as I can remember, anyways. They've been the timer for cross country and indoor track and all that other stuff.
Long time.
Long time.
Ed Daniels is doing the announcing.
Yeah. He's now coaching over SNHU for the throws, right?
Yep. For the girls.
For the girls.
It's funny, the other day I talked with him, and I've known him since I was a little, high school kid.
Yeah.
And I never knew he was related to Jim Belanger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never knew it. So I was just like,
how are they related? Brother-in-laws or something?
Cousins.
Cousins?
Yep.
What are they? I mean,
Jim's mother and his father, brother and sister, I believe.
there we go.
It's funny, I never knew it.
Yeah. Not sure what they're holding for. Might be that they're got a couple guys in the long jump that are going to transfer over to the 55, and they're in the middle of jumping, or I don't know. I kind of saw some indication that they're waiting for something going on over at long jump.
Well, while we're waiting, let's talk about state records, Division II records. So Division II record is from Demal McFadden. He ran 7.49 back in 2011, and then the state record holder is still in action here. Is Billy Powers. 7.34 back in 2017.
I remember seeing Demal at New England's, and I think at that point he was running, his senior year, he's running some, top national times as well. That kid, fly in between the hurdles, but also over the hurdles. He was so fast over the hurdles compared. It was like he was in an entirely different league. And I watched Billy Powers last year at this meet and outdoor, and he's fast too.
Yeah, he's
Very
the best
fast.
I've ever seen.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah.
Like I say, hurdling was the big thing at Portsmouth.
Mhm.
We had great hurdlers.
it's just different.
He's the best I've ever
It's
seen.
just different.
And it's not like he's a tall kid.
No, he's actually pretty broad.
Yeah, he's just perfect form. But last year, I remember where did he come up short? I think it was the division championships or something. He was, highly favored to win and try to break the record. I think he made it to the first hurdle and kind of messed up. But then the following week, he came back and just, got his act together.
Yeah.
But, sometimes that's the best thing, too. He was so hyped up. I think he just hit that. He came on to the first hurdle so fast.
Sometimes. I know I was clerking Meet of Champions one year, and the Sauhegan guy was so good. I can't remember what his name was off the top of my head. But he had just come from high jump, and he had his street shoes on, but they were calling him for the hurdle trials.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, you got to get up there. They already called him up, and he's like, okay, throws his spikes down, goes up, wins his preliminary heat in regular street, regular running shoes, goes back, and then crushed everybody when he put his spikes back on.
It's funny, huh?
Yeah, the kids that have it, have it.
Yeah, the other day when we were down at Yale, we were watching them. They were doing the trials, and no one had blocks. They were just pumping them through without blocks because, how kids mess with the blocks.
Oh, my Lord.
Taking up so much time.
Yeah.
It was kind of refreshing to just see that.
Yeah. Well, I think UNH 300's no block.
Yeah.
No block. What kind of advantage you get? Sometimes you do. The kids that really know how to run blocks, but high school at 400, you got to be a particular guy to really utilize blocks that well. Most of the kids, they'll get in them, but then they'll stand straight up as soon as the gun goes off, not really maximizing the value of those of the blocks. But when a kid can use the blocks, they become a huge advantage.
Exactly.
It is kind of a tough thing to learn because the problem is as the kids are developing, they don't have enough power to actually get out the way that they're supposed to. So they almost always just stand straight up. And so then once they learn that, it's so hard to really say, no, you got to kind of stay down, just push.
Right. It's amazing when you watch the guys from like the U.S. team, how they utilize it.
When you watch them use an exchange zone too.
Exactly. Well, I don't know. U.S. is.
Wow, we dropped the
They're
baton
troubles.
a lot. But.
Yeah. But when you got it down right.
Yeah.
It's just. I remember Mr. Grogan. He didn't care if you're 4x400, 4x800. You had to get it. You had to get it down the right way. So. Every second counts. Every point counts. It doesn't matter. You just put everything into it.
Yeah.
Believe me, I was on the receiving end of 2 1-point losses to Nashua indoors. We beat them outdoors. They beat us indoors, but 1 point.
Yeah, 1 point. We did that in cross country. We won in a tie on our 6th guy one year. It was a weird year because I think 3 out of the 6 teams won on ties, and then the next year we lost by 1 point.
Sometimes I think that makes you better.
Oh yeah.
Everybody hates losing, but sometimes the losing jumps you up to the next level.
I think individually for kids, sometimes it's the best thing to happen
I believe
to them
it too.
because they realize sometimes they got to double down, and especially your kids that it comes easy to.
Right. I think sometimes the kids that come easy to is is a curse.
Oh, absolutely. They're definitely the harder to
Right.
coach for sure, because they can do so well without doing very much at all.
Yep.
You know, those are definitely the biggest challenges. The kids that aren't super talented, they're willing to work hard because they know that's the only way they get anywhere.
Exactly.
See that we're at 4.8 over there in high jump. So that's starting to get up there for the ladies. Had a girl that we end up getting high jump and jump 5.2 gets up there. I guess normally what's going on is high jump is at an end or coming to an end. And seeing as we still got men's high jump running down the left-hand side, we're kind of just taking a little bit of a breather and a break. See the guys are down there ready to go. Saw Klatcher working his way through. Just trying to stay limber and everything like that.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a delay. It's kind of tougher for the sprint. I guess the best thing is at least it's indoors. It's not a cold day.
Yeah.
You know?
That is true. We've been to plenty of non-warm track meets, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
And track meets are always work. Cross country is not as big a deal because you're running around and you kind of expect it to be crappy, but
Yeah, the crappier the better in cross country.
As far as I'm concerned.
Especially for kind of guys like us. I've always looked forward to windy, crappy, snowy, whatever. It's some way to even the field with the fast guys.
Absolutely.
Need hills. I kind of hope hills grow overnight.
Yeah. No, I mean our girls team brought down a Hopkinton team that was supposed to be, the winner, that was proclaimed the winner at the beginning of the season sort of thing. We did that in 2006 in that monsoon that they actually ran the state championships in. Remember water just pouring down the course. And I'm pretty confident that my girls wouldn't have done it if I mean, they were good. Don't get me wrong, but just beating Hopkinton at that time was near impossible.
Right.
They would have run 10 straight. If my girls hadn't stepped up and done that, won by 3 points in that monsoon. Remember seeing some of the video footage that was put together back then. Londonderry, their media class, did some of the videoing and stuff like that. Just watching up at the top of the hill after you come up the ski hill and you're coming across, there's a couple spots where some puddles will develop, and the puddles being just like 4 and 5 inches deep. You watch the guys just splashing through there, soaking wet. That year they were when they come down the grass hill and come onto the pavement, they kept moving the course out so that the kids were coming down on fresh grass as opposed to mud slickened hill. That hill always scares me. Like, I love hills.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but coming off right there off the grass down that dirt embankment onto the pavement, kids that are in spikes, the
tough.
pavement's cold.
It's a tough course to wear spikes.
It is. It's useful. It can be useful if when you're coming across that grass and you need just a little bit more, it can be useful. Sometimes it's so soft, I don't know that the spikes really make that much of a difference. Now, if it was wet and solid, that's a little bit different.
Then you need it.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, they had the USATF cross country championships yesterday down in Tallahassee, Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were down there. Me and Tim Cox, we had some runners that were running there for Junior Olympics back in December, and that course was absolutely Fantastic. Solid course. I mean, and they were talking about some of these pros that don't normally run cross country that were coming out to run cross country. If you were someone that doesn't normally run cross country, it was a very good course to be on because it was solid. We were down there; it was absolutely pouring out. Oh, we're getting ready. So just as a reminder, because we already went over them, we got Weeks from Portsmouth, O'Malley from Portsmouth, Finnerow from Portsmouth, Clatcher from Cove Brown, Gonzalez from Portsmouth, Martell from Newport, Ellie from Pelham, and Weeks, of course, from Portsmouth.
Yeah, I remember running the national championships with Tim Cox. I think we were in Columbus,
Ohio, right? Yeah,
with
I've
like
heard some stories about that.
6 inches of snow.
Most of the stories I heard had nothing to do with the running.
We can't talk about the stories.
Sounds like it was a fun time.
It was. It was most of the best guys from New Hampshire, Maine. We all went down together. It was
perfect.
Fun time. Didn't matter if you had what you had on. It was just so sloppy.
Yeah. I remember running. I don't know what year it was when I was running cross up on Derryfield Park that we had like 3 inches of slushy sleet, and that it was fun. It wasn't good for running, but it was fun. So they're just getting things finally set up. Looks like the officials are starting to walk this way, make sure everything's all hunky-dory before we get rolling. Does appear that long jump is finished.
Here comes Larry Martin, so heads will probably roll here pretty soon. Or they've already rolled.
New Hampshire cross country right there, standing on the track in gold.
Exactly. I remember when he was coaching at Raymond, how powerful those Raymond teams were.
Oh my God, yeah. I was running then. I remember going over to their track. They had a dirt track.
Yeah, I still do workouts on that track.
You still do? Yeah, I'm sure. And but it was at that point a top-notch performance. I mean, it was one of the best places to actually go race at that point. Remember they had an embankment or something like that, grassy embankment, just laying out there waiting for the next event to come up.
I say we've had some serious floods, in the past 20 years that have just you would have never known there was a track or anything there. The water came all the way up to that.
Wow.
Flooded that whole area off.
Wow. Hold some swimming races in there then.
And Raymond's got one of the best runners here today, Anna Harmon.
Oh, my Lord, yeah.
She's a machine.
She is a machine.
I wish Julia Robitaille and her were matched up. In Durham, we're all matched up. In the same
I mean, you can't blame them, though.
Yeah,
if you're maximizing points, why would you? I mean,
exactly. You got to do what you got to do.
You got to do, because Julia was ranked second there. But, swap down to the 600 where maybe you got a shot at taking the whole thing. It would have been, certainly the top points would be in question if in the 1,000 for sure.
Exactly.
So I remember Harmon last year in the 1,000 was kind of the favorite. She was the #1 seed, but I think it was Christy Schofield was in the field as well. And you don't sleep on her either.
No.
And Harmon just couldn't quite ride her off. And then, if you've been following somebody for 4 laps and you got 1 lap to go, you're almost always guaranteed, if they've taken it hard, that you have a better shot at stepping around and taking the race. And that's kind of what happened.
Yeah, it's nothing better than being in the driver's seat, sitting right on someone's shoulder and knowing that you can outkick that person.
Absolutely.
And you know what? And the kick doesn't always go to the fastest person.
It doesn't.
It goes to the person who's got the most gut strength and who can pull the trigger the hardest.
And is ready when it's time.
Yes.
When it's time. It's hard to teach that to kids, that they can be in the driver's seat and not necessarily be right at the front of the race.
Exactly.
And sometimes it's to teach them that they can be at the front of the race and control everything, maybe slow it down, maybe put on some surges or something like that, but they don't have to be running straight out to be in charge.
Yep.
I can't remember who said it, but there's a quote somewhere saying that the only time you need to be in the front is at the finish line.
Exactly. I always tell people, it's not how you start, it's where you finish.
Where you finish, exactly. But sometimes you do have to tell the kid that it's that that winning is the option. I don't remember exactly when it was, but I had Tim Fafford had won Division threes in cross. He had to go up against Cole Brown's Broussard. And I remember telling him beforehand, I said, "Hey, look, you can follow Broussard around all day and finish second if you want,
Right.
or you can find a place on the course to take it to him and then maybe win. You still might come in second, you might come in 10th, but if you want to win, you're going to have to take it to him. You can't follow him the whole way because he'll outkick you all the way down the finishing straight. Half a mile in, there's Tim right at the front, and I just couldn't believe that he could push Broussard as hard as he did, and then they came down into the finishing chute. I'm like, okay, well, it's over, and at least he tried. And I mean, he actually made up ground on Broussard coming across the field. Couldn't quite get there, but pushed him to the limits, and that was, I mean, to me, that's the best race that kid ever ran. Came in second. But he found out what he was made out of.
Yeah, there's no shame in coming in second.
Absolutely not.
Not if you
worked hard.
Yep.
Really, the only shame is when you don't take the shot.
That's right. I was at a wrestling match the other night, and this kid was going against the best wrestler in the state.
Mm-hmm.
But this kid's probably second or third, fourth best wrestler in the
Yep.
state. And I yelled at him. I said, "Hey, kid, take a shot. The worst you can do is come in second."
Yeah, exactly.
And he did. And those are the things. You just take a shot. You never know. You might just surprise yourself.
Absolutely. Never know until you try.
And state championships, you always look and usually what a kid runs during the year, a lot of kids learn a lot faster in the states just because you got all this competition together.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, and I know as a coach, and I'm sure you do as well, you tell them, we prepared you for today. So go find out what you're capable of today. I get a lot of the new kids in, and they want to improve every single race or something like that, which is not a bad goal, but at the same time might not be the best way to get better for the entire season.
Right, there's a process involved.
And really, if you're doing things right, it's pretty difficult to run better every single week, unless the possibility is you just really weren't that fit when you started the season, anyways.
Yep, it's like mixing events up. Like if you're looking to run fast in the 1,000, maybe you run the 600 here, maybe you run the 1,500 there.
Absolutely,
mix it up.
You can't do the same thing over and over again.
Just keep beating your head against the wall. This is a pretty good delay so far.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on.
I don't know. They still got the red flag up. Is there an event that you ever wish you either you did or that you were good enough to do in your career? I always wanted to try steeple, but of course, New Hampshire
so I
doesn't have
did steeple in
when you got
college.
to college,
I love that. I did it in high school too, which was nice because we had it at Portsmouth. But pole vault. My coaches always thought I'd be a good pole vaulter. I just didn't. Wasn't really wanted.
Yeah. I tried everything when I did track. I only did track for 2 years because I really didn't like running around in circles, even though 2 mile would have been what I probably would have been best at. I tried hurdles, I tried shot put, I tried javelin. I stunk at it all.
I'd say the toughest event, and I did it quite a few times out back here, is the 10,000 meters. And I used to tell my coach, I said, only put me in the 10,000 unless it's a championship or big invitational. Other than that, 25 laps around, it's a lot. And you just got to get yourself into a zone.
Yeah.
But I look back, and all my best friends were all like shot putters.
Yeah.
So I always hung out with those guys. And I look at shot putters now, and I'm like, where have they all gone?
Yeah.
And I think we had 3 50-footers on one team.
Wow.
We had one kid. First time he ever threw a shot put, he threw 56 feet.
First time he ever
picked it up. Gary Walker.
Girls?
Yeah, no.
Whoa.
His name is Gary Walker, and he went on to play 2 years for the New York Jets.
Wow.
He was a stud. He was just a huge football player. We had John Crothers and Dan Heath.
All right, here we go. Been given the green light, white flag. We're going to be getting rolling here in just a minute. So now that the long jump is completed, we're good to go on the hurdles.
I guess javelin would have been another one.
Yeah, who doesn't want to throw the javelin?
Yeah.
I mean, I still throw it every once in a while. I stink at it, but
I think my son could actually do pretty well on that if he wanted to. But
it's one of those things. Sometimes it's just it's in how you hold the thing, whether or not it's going to fly and go, or whether it just kind of.
All right, we're up here.
Again, the fastest in the heat, and then the 6 fastest times are going to fill the field for the final. Here we go. Fletcher's definitely out in front of the field.
Fletcher
Wins that one. And then a Sea of Portsmouth. There's the first heat. 5.97 on the board.
5.97. That'd be a hell of a record. That'd be a world record.
Yeah.
A few times over. So I don't know. Something happened with that time.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They'll figure that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got backup systems for that.
Second heat, we got Reminar of Belmont, Kelly of Portsmouth, Cody of Oyster River, Fahey of Portsmouth, Capongo from Portsmouth Christian, Goodrich from Portsmouth, Lassard from Merrimack Valley, and Jacopellis of Wyndham. Saying that 8:06 is the time.
Yep. I would say that's about
Yep.
right.
I wish I could get halfway down the runway in 8:06.
So we've got the times up on the screen. We're just waiting for the names.
We know it was definitely Platcher in the front.
Yeah, and that'd be his best time of the year also. Oh, no, it wouldn't be. Excuse me. He'd run 7.88.
Fastest time he's run today.
Yes.
That's his fastest time he's run today.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good comeback.
All right.
So Clatcher won that with a 8.06. Gonzalez of Portsmouth, 8.71. Federal of Portsmouth, 8.80. Martel, Newport, 8.90. Wakes, Portsmouth, 9.24. O'Malley, 9.39 of Portsmouth. Ellie from Pelham, 9.41. And Weeks of Portsmouth, 9.81.
9.39 will be the time to beat to make sure that you're into. Well, 9.41 actually to be into the next heat. They're set in front of their blocks, making sure the timers are ready. Just a reminder that Meet Hub today, sponsor is Patriot Pole Vault out of Massachusetts. Everything pole vaulting you might need. Instruction, pole rental. Can't imagine having to buy poles for all you guys.
No, it's brutal. I mean, I'm glad there's someone that does that.
Yeah. I know that I know a couple of Division III schools. That's exactly what they do. They rent the poles for the athletes that they have. Down our neck of the woods, we just go out in the woods, cut down a few saplings, and see which one gives you the best spring.
Right.
We used to do that actually. We pole vault. We used to do it when we were fishing. We'd pole vault over the stream to get to the other side. Usually didn't work out that well. It was a fish and swimming expedition when we did it.
Yeah, Maple's pretty good. Stay away from the aspen, poplar.
Poison ivy covered. Yeah. All right. Got the green light for this heat. Three Portsmouth guys in this heat. And they're off. We got a close one between Fahey and Kapongo, Portsmouth and Portsmouth Christian. Winning time is 8.31. Still waiting to see the names. 8.34, that's pretty close.
The world record was just broken. 2.9.
2.9.
Whole 3 seconds off. No. So Kapongo of Portsmouth Christian won that 8.32. Will Fahey from Portsmouth 8.33. So 1/100th of a second difference. Goodrich of Portsmouth 8.58 for third. Jacobus from Wyndham 8.69. Cody Oyster River 8.76. Lasad Merrimack Valley 8.86. Kelly from Portsmouth 9.08 and Remenar from Belmont 9.34. So a slew of them will come from that.
Yeah, actually, all of those times are faster than the sixth time in the other heat. Kapongo and Clatcher were in regardless.
Yep.
So, and that what Clatcher was 8:06.
Yep.
So he's the definitive favorite, I would say here. So setting the hurdles for the girls. I got to change their position and the heights and the weights on those. In our first heat, we have Danielle Vermette of Goffstown, Olivia Mitchell of Newmarket, Caitlin Cavell of Merrimack Valley, Acadia Mom White of Portsmouth, Jordan Banish of Conant, Tammy Ronish of White Mountains, April Weeks of Portsmouth, and Eileen McKenna of Kingswood. Acadia Mom White has some duties today. I think she was long jumping. She's doing the hurdles. I think she's either in the 300 or the straight 55 as well. So Portsmouth looking to get some points out of her.
Yeah, she's doing really well. She's ranked number 1 in 2 of those.
Yeah. It looks like they got the hurdles in the right positions. The girls are at the blocks. Yeah, I always thought steeple, and then while I would be no good at the hammer, who doesn't want to swing that thing around?
That's a good one.
And thankfully, when you see those things, it's always amazed me. You're swinging that thing around, you're spinning around, and then the slot that they have you to throw it out is so small that precision-wise, I think I throw it 100 times, I get it through that slot once maybe. But it's probably good it's that small. Seeing as that
I threw the hammer a few times, UNH, just going down to see the guys.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, I thought I was going to go airborne with it. Going around.
All right, they're getting into the blocks. And we're off. Looks like Mom White, the center of the track, is the winner of that heat.
She looks like she's got a lot left in the tank.
Yeah, she didn't really look like she was dropping
easy.
the hammer on that one.
So Mom White won with Portsmouth 9.35, Colville, Merrimack Valley 9.52. Third place was Ronish, White Mountains 9.56, Banish Conant 9.63. Fifth place Mitchell Newmarket 9.88. Weeks of Portsmouth 10.11. McKenna of Kingswood 10.12, and Vermette Goffstown 10.30.
All right, in our second heat, we got Duaney of Lebanon, Holden of Newmarket, Dickinson of Portsmouth, Syed of Belmont, Lamper of West, Fisher of Oyster River, Snyder of Epping, and Moore of Newmarket. And that's that Maddie Lamper that's making the third part of that West Quest, I guess we can call it, for see how far they can get on the backs of 3 individual entries and 1 team event in the 4x200. Should be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm pretty excited about that.
They're going to score some serious points.
Yeah. They're into the sisters' individual entries, 50 points alone if they can pull off top spots in all those. Sometimes that'll do it. We're off. And we're pretty tight between Belmont and Portsmouth, but I think Syed of Belmont probably took that.
Yep, Syed of Belmont 9.39. Dickinson of Portsmouth 9.47. Fisher of Oyster River, 9.76, coming third. Lamper of West, 9.77. Holden of Newmarket, 9.92. Snyder of Epping, 10.04. .17. They just changed it.
All right, while we wait for those final times, let's set you up in the boys 55 straight. We've got Dupuy of Belmont, Burns of Wyndham, Goslin of Kingswood, Doucette of Hanover, Duckett of Trinity, Finneral, who's just in the hurdles of Portsmouth, Manning from Oyster River, and Clatcher, who is the top seed now in the 55 from Cole Brown in Heat 1.
So boys qualifying for the 55-meter hurdles: Weeks, O'Malley, and Finneral of Portsmouth. Oh, we missed it out. So it's all right. We'll come back to it when we. So West Girl didn't even make the finals on that one.
Well, this is.
Oh no, this is 55 dash. Sorry,
dash for the girls.
That.
Get the boys up first again, reverse order because of we're in the trials.
Yep.
They'll turn them around when we get into the actual meat of the meet. I can't imagine this is an event. This is about the distance it takes for me to just get rolling.
I know. I was just thinking the same thing. Like, are you kidding me?
These guys are flying. All right, we got the green light. We call them to the blocks.
Yeah, with the 55 dash, a lot of it is just the start, having a good start, and then you got to keep accelerating. I mean, 30 meters of the race is all that drive.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
when you listen to them talk about the 100, they're saying 30, 35, 40 meters. Here we go.
Good start.
And tight finish. Looked like Doucette of Hanover in first.
Yeah, it looked like Hanover.
He is the top seed.
So top time of 6.76. We'll get that name in a second. Second place was a 6.81.
So good quality time though, 6.76. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it was Doucette.
Doucette 6.77 official.
Stephen Duckett, Trinity 6.80. Ryan Plotter 6.83. Burns, Wyndham 6.86. Dupuy, excuse me, I'm stepping ahead of myself. Manning, Oyster River 6.88. Dupuy of Belmont 6.89.
Give you the lineup here for the second heat. It's Petrulis of Wyndham, Pitch of Hanover, Barba of Portsmouth, Garofano of Wyndham, St. Ange of Goffstown, Hopkins of Wyndham, Boganam of Sanborn, and St. Ors of Oyster River.
All right, boys heat 2. Guys jump around, get those fast twitch muscles firing a little bit before they get in the blocks, making sure they're nice and warm.
And they're off.
Clean start. Going to be another close one.
Yeah, real close one. Looks like Wyndham.
Matthew Garofano, I would say. Yep,
Yeah.
Matthew Garofano of Wyndham 6.77.
That's the same time that they ran
Hopkins
the last
of Wyndham 6.79. Barber of Portsmouth 6.83. St. Ange of Goffstown 6.88. Boganin Sanborn Regional 6.91. St. R's Oyster River 6.99. Peak of Hanover 7.07. And Trubus did not start or finish.
No, finish. I didn't see anybody not finish, but it's possible from our vantage point. All right. Coming up in the girls 55, we've got Ricard of Portsmouth, Simeon of Lebanon, Craney from Sauhegan, Katia Mom White of Portsmouth, Canu of Trinity, Concannon of Oyster River, Snyder of Epping, and Bevins of St. Thomas.
Mum White's the #1 seed going into this race.
Yep,
7.44.
just hurdle.
Yep. Anna Chiafredi was the state record. It was the Division II record. Remember how good she was?
Yeah. Fast. Girls are off. Good start. Looks like Mom White through the finish line, followed by Cranny. We'll tell you in a minute.
Mum White, Portsmouth, 7.61. Cranny of Sauhegan, 7.65. Cano of Trinity, 7.77. Ricard of Portsmouth, 7.78.
It's a close race right there.
Yeah.
Very close.
Very close.
Mum White looks like she's got another
7.9.
gear.
All right, Heat 2. We've got Vigorous of Portsmouth, Darlinger of Pelham, Rowe of Sauhegan, McLean of Oyster River, Robitaille, Corinne from West, Jacoby of Epping, Gordon of Oyster River, and Frazier of Guilford. So begins the march of the Robitailles.
Yep.
Pretty remarkable what the two of them have been
Oh,
able to
my
do.
Lord. Well, between the two of them, they qualified from everything in the 55 up to the 3K. And in some cases, there was so much overlap with the two of them.
Yep.
So, pretty awesome. All right. Get the green light. Call them to the blocks. They're up. They're off. Team start. And we got Oyster River
Devin McLean.
and McLean, and then looked like it was Julie, Corinne.
Corinne.
Yep, Devin McLean wins that heat. Oyster River, 7.38. Corinne Robitaille, 7.46 out of West. Rowe Sauhegan, 7.68. Dallinger of Pelham, 7.77. Vigueras of Portsmouth, 7.79. Gordon of Oyster River, 7.81. Jacoby of Epping, 7.89. And Frazier Guilford, 8.04.
All right, they're bringing the girls to the line in the 3K. We've got Rebecca Durham of Milford as the top seed. Julia Robitaille from West. Lauren Robinson of Milford. Claire Vaverka of Conval. Ariel Zlotnick of Sauhegan. Alice Riley of Belmont. Danielle Slavin of Oyster River. Grace Furlong of Lebanon. Maddie Bond of St. Thomas. Sarah Dupuis of Co-Brown. And Caitlin Callanan of Campbell.
It should be a good race.
Should be a good race. These are definitively some of the best distance runners in Division 2 and 3. They're getting everybody out of the infield before they start them.
It'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Probably would be appropriate for us to say that this is the longer distance events are the ones that captivate us a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit.
Certainly what we know more about. Yeah. And, well, I think sometimes the viewers don't recognize the chessmanship that's going on while they're racing. They just see a bunch of people trying to run.
Well, this is two of the best runners in the U.S. right here.
Absolutely.
You know, they're as good as anybody. I mean, you have the best of the best in the U.S. This is like the next tier.
Absolutely.
On your marks.
Well, let's see what they do. I mean, I suppose if I was Julia Robitaille and the amount of work that I was supposed to be doing today, I would try to settle in right behind
I would,
Durham.
if I was Julia, I'd sit, to the end and then use Corinne's kick.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Corinne's, I mean, if she gets to be as good, she's going to have an unbelievable, she's got some serious
Absolutely.
speed.
She does.
It's going to be
It was
interesting
awesome
to see how
her
she did.
come out for cross.
Oh, my God. It's just, that's going to be a 1-2 punch next year.
All right, we got two straight to the front. Durham and Robitaille side by side, rolling through in 37, a 5-minute mile pace. Rest of the field through in 41, 42.
So right off the bat, it's a 9:15.
Yeah. Yep.
Jackie Gahn, I think, has got the best time in the state right now, 9:34, going into this year. The state record is 10.00.89 from Georgia Griffin, who ran for Hanover. Rebecca Durham's already gone 9:52 this year, so
Right.
and Robitaille definitely can run that.
The question is, do they, though? They've both got more work to do. They're just over 5-minute pace. The rest of the field's almost 10 seconds down on lap 2 already. And they're stretching out. It's not like they're jogging for third place at the moment.
You know, Lauren Robinson, who's
Yeah.
leading that next pack,
She's
she's had a huge improvement.
She has, and she's in 3 events.
Yeah.
I think she's in this, the 1,000, and the 15 after those team points. Side by side. I mean, shoulder to shoulder. Lap 3.
So right now they're on 9:40 pace. They went through in 1:56.
And really, you know, that second chase pack looks pretty comfortable, and they're cruising at 10-minute pace right now as well. Got some seasoned athletes in this race. You know, it looks like they're not running that well because of the big gap, but you're just talking about two girls that are cream of the crop. All right, they're through the 800 and 236 and change.
So we'll look at 9:45 right now. They're settled in now.
Yeah, the rest of the pack 247. That's going. They're moving, all of them. The back of the pack just went through in 255, so
Right.
pretty solid times all the way through. I know in my preview article, one of the things I was writing when I saw that Robitaille was entered in the 3K, the 6, and the 1500, reminded me of Catherine Bryson, who did that exact same triple and then anchored the 4x4. Hanover ended up coming in second that year, but she had done over half their points. All right, so we've got Julia Robitaille and Rebecca Durham up in the front, and the chase pack of Robinson, Ververka, Slavin.
Yeah, that chase pack's still on 10:30 pace.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I mean, it's a very solid race we see coming. It just seems like so different because they're almost 80 meters up on them.
So it looks like those two right about 9:50 pace.
Yeah.
I do expect them obviously to pick it up right at the end, especially.
It almost looks
working
like
off
they
each
settled
other.
in right now. Said we're away.
Yep.
We're away. We've got first and second locked up. We'll wait and throw down come towards the end.
Be interesting to see how much they start using that lap traffic in front of them. If they're gonna kind of keep their own or use it to reel themselves in.
Well, I think also, I mean, if you're aware enough, these two girls have been doing this long enough that it might not matter that much, but you can use that lap traffic to kind of create some space for yourself. Right now, Julia's on the outside of Rebecca, and if they come up on lap traffic and she can just get a half step in front of her, then all of a sudden Durham will have to back off. So we've got Claire Ververka and Lauren Robinson running for third place right now, followed by Slavin. And Zlotnick.
So again, as our main stream feed follows the leaders, you can actually check out, we have another stream going right now, which does a nice overview of the track. Makes it a little bit easier to keep track of the rest of the runners as well as the top two come through the line again.
Yeah, it just came through in 5:16. 7 laps to go.
Yeah, so they're holding right in there at 9:50, 9:55 pace.
Perfect.
They look smooth. I wouldn't be hanging out in second
No.
too much. I'd be right on our heel and
Yep.
tucking in. Or,
I think we're going to see it as the laps progress. We're going to see those top two crank down a little bit, test each other out, and
Right.
see where they're at.
well, she just made a move.
There, she just made a move. Julia to the front, starting to lap the tail end. Got
So-
about 7 meters on on Durham right now.
Yeah, started to use that traffic.
Yep.
Just treated it like a pick.
Exactly.
Spencer Sawyer beat my son this year just like that. Played him right up into it. That's one of the things you're going to have to learn about indoor track. You
Oh.
got to know where everybody is.
My guy that we have running in the 1500, first track race ever, 1500 inside. He got pinned, or he didn't pin. He was on the outside. He had a perfect spot to pin. I can't remember who it was from Oyster River, but gave him the room, let him slide through. I'm like, you could have had that kid. Julia is now 15 meters up on Durham.
Yeah,
and
she
looks good.
Yep.
Durham looks like a little bit rough.
And you know, you look at the doubles and triples, and as long as you keep winning, you get that adrenaline, and you're
it helps. It helps.
it's
that's for sure.
unbelievable how much that helps you. Not that I know personally. Someone told me that one time.
Yeah. It's certainly a lot easier to run when you know that you're on.
I think Scott Clark told me that earlier today.
Can only believe half of what Scott Clark tells you, though.
He was a stud.
He was a stud. He'll let you know that every once in a while.
He was as smooth as anybody I've ever seen.
There goes Julia. Julia now has 20 meters on the field and is pulling away.
So she still is on pace to beat that D2 record, but it's going to be pretty close. Of course, that's not accounting for that kick.
Right.
This is when you get into the mindset that all these other kids that you're lapping are all ahead of you, and you start working on them. You just.
I think that's what saved O'Brien last year. The fact that he had lap runners to chase down, because his time kind of, he started to slip a little bit in the middle, and with like 4 laps to go, he was able to crank it back up. Here we go. 3 laps left to go for Julia.
Looks like she is starting to pick it up just a little bit.
And she's almost got half a track length on Durham. Well played by Julia. It's going to be an interesting morning watching how that progresses. All right. We got Robinson and Ververka in 3rd and 4th, starting to lap the back of the field as well.
It does look like Robinson's starting to get a little bit closer to her teammate Durham.
It does.
Yeah, and after a while, if you're Durham, you're probably like, well, second is second.
Second is second. Here we go. Julia's got 2 to go. We're at 8:40.
Yep, she's still ahead of that D2 pace.
I don't really see it. I don't see her coming off.
No,
Not with 2 laps to go. Too much adrenaline going.
Gotta go for it.
Gotta go for it. The question is whether she's aware.
Yeah.
I think she probably is.
And that's the other thing. When you're running that many events, stick to the event that you're running.
Yeah.
Don't be thinking about the next one.
Exactly. You can't run that way.
Nope.
Not unless you're a talent well above everybody else. All right. Less than 250 meters to go. Julia comes through on bell lap in 9:19.
9:19, still on
She's
pace.
going to do it. We'll see it.
Again, our D2 record from 2008, 10 years ago, is 10 minutes, 0.89.
Yep.
89 hundredths of a second. Still on pace for beating that.
Durham holds second, but Robinson's starting to reel her in. Again, doesn't really matter how this one goes points-wise. But I think Robinson's saying, why not? Why not? Ververka 4.
Come on, get this girl.
And she comes.
There she goes. Nice. 9:57, 9:56, something like that.
So 9:57 unofficial. That is
is
new record, and it
new
looks like
record.
9:58.10 is our new record.
Nice. And then I think that's 6. We got Zlotnick and Slavin are in on our 5 and 6 right now, if I've got this correct. But there's
Here
been
comes
so much
Rebecca
lapping.
Durham.
Durham coming in for second. Robinson for
Yeah.
third.
Milford got
They got
14 points out of that. Yeah.
Ververka for fourth.
So if you're looking at teams, that was 14-10.
14-10. Like I said, I think these girls have one more lap, and I think we got Zlotnick for fifth and Slavin for sixth.
She's tough, huh?
Yeah, that was. I mean, looked like it was a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Too. She looked really good. No real change in any of her mechanics at all. If you run a state record, Georgia Griffin, you can beat Georgia Griffin's state record.
Georgia Griffin was she was the best
crazy.
of the best.
She was the best of the best.
It's like, you look at the level that these girls are at. They're another level.
They are at another level.
I mean,
Absolutely.
and it's a group of girls. It's not just like
Right,
you'll always have that one girl that's
Yep.
Head and shoulders, but there's like 6 or 7 girls in her.
Absolutely. Killing it.
And it's been a few years now. I mean, last year was as loaded an 800 field as I've ever seen.
Absolutely. All right, coming up for the boys, we got Reynolds of Merrimack Valley, Tangway of Co-Brown, Murphy of Oyster River, O'Brien of Oyster River, Fleischer of Oyster River, Lewis of Co-Brown, Stencil of Oyster River, Boto of Monadnock, Corthals of Milford, Donovan of Trinity, Tazek of Co-Brown, and Kim of Conval.
So let me ask you this: how many guys right here are doubling off that 4x8?
I think just Kasich and
Reynolds.
No, that's the other.
No, that's the other Reynolds. They look so alike.
And Tangway.
And Tangway. A lot of the Oyster River looked like they had a different set of guys in there. Obviously, they're looking to get some points here. And there we go.
Good start, a little bit of pushing as people battle for the spot.
Yeah, they're out 3 lanes wide going around the corner. Doesn't really help that we got a lot of guys hawking the inside of that corner. Matter of fact, one guy's standing in lane 1 right now. Hey, buddy, get off the. There you go.
Even in this 3K, those guys are still leaning around the corner, so you need a little bit more of a wide
Every
berth.
time I see that, I just want the biggest guy in the race to come right to the front and just plow right through everybody. That always feel that way. All right, we got Reynolds to the front, followed by O'Brien, and the rest of the pack, actually. Everybody's right there. Looks like they went through in about 38, 37.
I had him 36 points.
36 points?
Yep.
I looked at it a little bit late.
It's decent.
It is. It's not. We're not flying yet, and that's why everybody's still together.
No time to panic.
Nope. Definitely not.
That is traditionally how these top guys race it, is they just kind of feel each other out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, and probably other than Murphy, there's probably, the rest of the guys aren't towards the top seeds in any of their stuff. So, you take somebody like Murphy, he's going to be trying to run this as slow as he possibly can. I think you can look at somebody like Tangway that's going to let it go slow initially, but then he's going to try to crank it up partway through and string out the field. He's not going to leave it for the final lap, that's for sure. Looks like somebody got antsy. Reynolds still at the front. Looks like O'Brien in second. Still only 10 meters between the pack.
So they're on like 9:15 pace right now.
Well, that's not killer. That's definitely the guys in the second half of that pack. That's fast for them.
It's fast for any of these guys because no one's run
Right.
that fast. The only guys really run that fast is Sawyer.
Sawyer.
And he didn't run the 3,000. He's got enough ahead of him today.
Yeah. There's some guys though in this that
Oh, they're all
they can run that.
capable guys to run 9 flat.
Sometimes when you run 9:30, you know that you don't have to run it again. And Tangway moving up. Being shadowed.
They're basically running 10-minute 2-mile pace.
Yeah.
So it'll get faster.
Yeah, it'll get faster.
There's no sense in getting in these little battles early on.
No. Let things settle out a little bit and then throw down with the people that you think are going to be.
Right.
They are 5 laps to go. I know last year at this time I stepped out during the 3K because my guy was running 3K and he doesn't. He was bringing up the second pack, which might have been a mistake, but he wasn't going to let the pace slow to any slower than what he was going 9:20 pace. Well, Brian all the way out the front, nobody was going to go with him.
But this isn't bad.
No,
this
no,
pace
this
here,
is
there's no one. Everybody's still in reach.
absolutely. The guy running in the back probably doesn't have much of a shot at catching the front, but he's getting a heck of a ride around the track. Will end up running a good time for them. It almost looks like the Oyster River boys are running knowing what place they're in more so than running off time or anything else. It looks like they're trying to run close together so that they're trying to maximize as many points out of this race as they can with 4 entries.
Reynolds is one of these. He's sneaky tough, but to run from the front the whole way is going to be a tough one. Not my favorite spot, unless I absolutely know I'm going to win.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'd rather be sitting in second.
On the shoulder.
On the shoulder, not right where they are right now. Be right up on them.
Yeah, it
so
looks like we're making a change. Yeah, absolutely. Make him think. Tangway's going around too.
Make him feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Now, do you think if you're at the back of this field, and you know you're the back of this field for the most part, are you watching the clock and trying to determine whether you're in over your head a little bit, or do you just sit there and grab that person that's in front of you and say, I'm staying with them as long as I can go? I say the latter.
Yeah,
but
I'm not even looking at the clock.
Right.
Not in the championship.
No. All right, we have a breakaway, certainly of 4. Reynolds, Murphy, O'Brien, Tangway, Stencil, and not sure the other Oyster River guy hanging on, trying to stay in the.
So they're on 9:20 pace right now for 3,000. They went through the mile in like 4:58, 1,600.
Certainly not out of the wheelhouse of those top 4 anyways.
No,
they can easily run that.
Yep.
Question is, does it get faster from here? And I think the answer is for the top, whoever wins is probably going to be. Yeah, I do not envy Reynolds at this point. He definitely has to start feeling he's being stalked.
Tangway's going to make a move right here somewhere.
Yeah, he moved into third right
there
now.
He
He closes the gap. Tangway could win this race. But he also wants to put the pressure on the second place guy.
Absolutely. Make the second place guy push the first place guy. Get them both a little tired and then step around. That's always a fine line, trying to figure out if they're truly tired.
I tell people when you run, tell my kids, when you're running, the finish line's running with you. Okay, if you're in that lead group, you don't let it get away because that's the race getting away from you.
Absolutely.
And so don't I have this far. No, you have this far because you don't know where that kid's breaking point is.
You don't. Absolutely. And if you can put a little pressure on him, that finish line might get closer for you and further for him.
The closer you get to that finish, the more adrenaline you get. The more adrenaline you get, the bigger kick you're going to have.
And if you can make sure you're tiring them out on the way to there. Yep, here we go. We got 4 laps left. Reynolds looks like he's laboring a little bit. He doesn't look bad. His form's still good, but you can see that the strain of the race is definitely he's feeling that.
Murphy don't look so like He looks like he's
No.
laboring a little bit too.
No. He's got that, I mean, broad shoulder, arm swing thing that you swear has got to tire the heck out of him.
Yeah.
But
He's a stronger kid. You
Yep.
can tell he was a swimmer.
yeah, absolutely.
I think my son,
The
he
Alan
looks
Webb
like a
effect.
wrestler.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Tangway, you
All
got to
right.
close that
Yeah,
gap up.
Reynolds,
Don't let that
Murphy,
gap go.
Tangway, O'Brien. I think this is Fleischer and Stencil and Harrison Kim. I think he was the last guy in, actually. He runs with the running club that we run with back home sometimes, and he's gotten a lot better.
No, the other thing we haven't talked about yet either. You got to run a fast time if you want to run New England's.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
you know the other people know what your time is.
Yeah, if that's
Division
your
One
goal
comes
is to do it, yeah. Division One, and they don't double up as much.
Yep. There goes
There we go,
Murphy,
Murphy
making
to the
a move.
front. Reynolds trying to, I don't know if it was just happened to be the case. He went to wipe his brow right when Murphy went around. And
Tell you
then
what, Reynolds
dropped his
isn't giving
arm.
up though.
No. 2 laps to go. Murphy swinging the arms for sure. Tangway couldn't quite close the gap to get there.
They definitely picked up the pace.
Yep. Straight to the arms. Murphy looks got about a 5-meter lead, looking pretty good.
I don't know. Reynolds is pretty
Reynolds
tough.
is acting, and he's picking it up. He doesn't look like it though.
Reynolds
know?
is a shuffler.
Yeah, he is a big shuffler, and he's right on him now.
Tell
Close
you
that
what,
gap
Reynolds
right
might
up.
get this.
Got traffic. I'd keep him out on my shoulder.
Yeah.
If I was Murphy, just keep him out there. Keep him out there. It's gonna be tough to get around with this shorter time.
Smart move, Murphy.
Yeah,
Smart move.
Murphy in first, Reynolds second.
Murphy played that one good.
He did play that
He
one.
played
well.
the guys. He did it right.
Yeah. Tangway gonna finish in 3rd place.
So Murphy took that 907.42. Reynolds 908.26. Tangway 922.43.
Oyster River in there for 3 of the scoring 6. So they got 10, 4, and 2.
So that's not bad.
16 points.
Fleischer ran at 930. O'Brien 930. Kim Conville 931. Stencil 937. Vito 941. Murphy played that hand
He did.
perfect.
He did. I don't know that he knew he was going to
I
get
don't
that
know.
lap traffic
I
to
don't
be
know, but
able to help.
that was
you.
beautiful.
Yep.
Gotta love that. So that was good, huh?
That was excellent. That was excellent. Now we're down to the finals.
Yeah. That was a good race. You know, you kind of feel a little weird when your kid leads the whole way, and then but that's racing.
Yep.
I don't feel sorry for you.
No,
That's just the
no,
way it
no.
goes.
That is the way it goes.
Still ran a good race. You still ran a lot faster than you've ever run in your life.
Yep.
That's both your PRs.
Absolutely.
So you can't complain.
No.
You know, and look at it. Reynolds set it up to be fast.
They figured that must be, and rightly so. I mean, you don't want Murphy right on you.
Yeah.
With 2 laps to go.
907 and the 908 might make it to New England's.
Might.
You know, those
I know last year my guy ran, I think it was 9:18 and was 7th.
Yeah.
So they stand a strong shot.
Right.
And depends how it plays
Hey,
out.
that was the winning time
Division One.
last year in Division One. Vorbeck ran at 907.
Yep.
So.
And Vorback's he's doubling.
Yeah, at least
today.
doubling. Yeah, 3,000, 1,500.
Right. And I'm not sure he did that last year.
Yeah, he did. He won both.
He won both?
Yep, he won both.
We're getting the hurdle set up. Ladies first at this point. They're all getting set up for their blocks. If we can get a hold of the start list, we'll read it out to you. I don't know if you guys could hear that on the broadcast. They just read them out, your qualifiers, but we haven't seen the list yet. If it comes up, here we go. We got Fisher Oyster River, Ronish of White Mountains, Dickinson of Portsmouth, Mom White of Portsmouth, Syed of Belmont, Cavell of Merrimack Valley, Banish of Conan, and Lamper of West. So if West can get, you know, some mid points out of them, out of Lamper, that'll certainly help. They've got 10 they're sitting on right now. Yeah, that 906 settles out just behind the top 10 ever in Division II for the 3,000. And sitting in number 10's no slouch, Eli Moskowitz.
Yeah,
so,
he's the best of the best.
Yeah.
His 2 mile 8:44 a few years ago.
Yep.
Still one of the best times in the United States history.
Yeah. And you look up that list, it's Jeremy Broussard ahead of that, Scott McGrath, who's coaching now at Oyster River. John Little, my guy from Messinic, Aaron Watanabe.
Yeah, he's tough.
Jake Christensen, who I coached as well. Eric Jenkins, Portsmouth, pro athlete now. Yob, Alex McGrath, and Patrick O'Brien last year. I must have called them to the blocks. They're jumping up and down.
Yep.
They're up and off. Mom White over the hurdle first.
Yeah.
Running away from the field with Syed of Belmont in second, it looks like. That's a great run from Belmont, if that's the way it stands.
Mom White looked good.
She did.
So Mom White, Portsmouth 8.97, Syed Belmont 9.31, Colville, Merrimack Valley 9.39, Ronish of White Mountains 9.46, Dickinson, Portsmouth 9.55, Lamper of West 9.56, Banish of Conant 9.65, and Fisher of Oyster River 9.82.
And there's Lamper at least sneaking in for 1 point.
1 point, yeah. Mom White, that looked like a walk in the park.
It did. It did. Like I said, I think she's already long jumped. I think she's already done some long jumping, and she already did the prelims for the 55 hurdles and 55 dash. So we'll see her back there and that as well. Setting it up for the boys. Changing over the hurdles, changing the weights, the heights. Guys are settling into their blocks. There's a portion of the Burgess contingent walking in front of our cameras as we speak. All right, for the boys, 55. The lineups: Cody of Oyster River, Jacob Ellis of Wyndham, Fahey of Portsmouth, Klachar of Co-Brown, Capongo of Portsmouth Christian, Goodrich of Portsmouth, Gonzalez of Portsmouth, and Finneral of Portsmouth. Did I happen to mention that Portsmouth's looking to get some points here in the hurdles? 4 out of 8 entered. It's kind of some dominance. So they called to the blocks. They're up and they're off. Clatcher out ahead. Clatcher takes it. Portsmouth second. Portsmouth Christian third by the looks of things. We'll see here in a minute.
So we got Clatcher winning that 7.91. Fave, Portsmouth 8.10. Capongo, Portsmouth Christian 8.31. Jacobus of Wyndham 8.67. Cody of Oyster River 8.72. Goodrich of Portsmouth 8.75. Gonzalez of Portsmouth 8.76. Fennerell of Portsmouth 8.78.
That time puts Clatcher in the top 10 behind Franklin Taylor of Hanover. Clearing the track of the hurdles now, getting ready for the girls 55. All right, in the 55, we've got Canoe of Trinity, Rowe of Sauhegan, Robitaille of West, McLean of Oyster River, Mom White of Portsmouth, Craney of Sauhegan, Dahlinger of Pelham, and Simeon of Lebanon. They're giving the green light.
Quick comeback from Mom White here.
Yeah.
She'll do it.
Quick turnaround. Like you said, she didn't look like she was too pressured on that. They're up. They're off.
I was wrong.
You're wrong. We got McLean from Oyster River with a 7.34. Robitaille West, 7.38. Mom White from Portsmouth, 7.61. Simeon, 7.67. Rowe from Sauhegan, 7.68. Canoe of Trinity, 7.70. Oh, I've been reading them wrong. Sorry, guys. McLean Oyster River takes that one. Robitaille in second, 7.38. Mom White, 7.61. Simeon, 7.67. Rowe from Sauhegan, 7.68. Canoe from Trinity, 7.7. Craney from Sauhegan, 7.74. Dallinger in the 8th spot. Boys, 55-meter dash. We got Burns from Wyndham. Clatcher from Cole Brown. Another quick turnaround. Hopkins from Wyndham. Garofano of Wyndham. Doucette from Hanover. Duckett of Trinity. Barba from Portsmouth. St. Ange of Goffstown. And they're ready. All right. Call them to the blocks.
That is a very quick turnaround.
That is.
That's quicker than I anticipated.
Well, for both Mom White and Clatcher here. Now, Doucette had been favored in both the 55 and the 300, but it's not running the 300, elected for just the 55. So you'd anticipate he's definitively looking to win this.
So you guys talk about that quick turnaround, and I know as a coach, that's one of the things we train for.
Right.
Is, for instance, Orion's been doing this double for 2 years now, just prepping for today.
Yes.
It's nothing new to him to have that quick turnaround. And at the end of the day, we are talking 55 meters. So
We are talking.
Right.
it's not that 4x8 3K.
No. It's not that kind of double, is it? But he has to do it 4 times.
It takes a little bit out of you.
It does.
It adds up almost to like a 220.
220.
Good start.
Good start. And it's close.
Wow, that's a close one.
And it looks like 2 Wyndham guys, if you ask me. Looked like Doucette might have been in third there. Yeah, we were saying Hopkins of Wyndham first, Garofano of Wyndham second, same time. Doucette of Hanover, 6.76. Wow.
Wyndham got some serious points there.
Wyndham got some serious points, and they would have been looking for him too because they're in the hunt. They're definitely in the hunt.
They got 19 points out of that.
Yeah, can't argue with that. All right, here we go in the girls' 1,000. Again, just saying, we've got the top runner in the state, seed time-wise, in Anna Harmon from Raymond. Lauren Robinson, quick turnaround for her, coming from Milford. Jane Layton from Sauhegan. Rachel Hurley from Conval. Marissa Romano from Sauhegan. Jen Batty of Portsmouth. Eleanor McDonough of Co-Brown. Cassie Hemming of Campbell. Cadence Murphy of Oyster River. Anna Grafton of Bishop Brady. Ella Malone of Co-Brown. And Lily Kendall of Portsmouth Christian. It's a lot of girls in this race going to the line. Now, Harmon, as I said, is the top seed going in the entire state. I think it's 254 or something she's gone. A lot of the girls that were ranked behind her have elected for other positions. So Lauren Robinson slides up from, I think, 6th seed into the 2nd slot. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on. We should be seeing Harmon separate from the field right off the bat.
Right.
She looks focused. Be interesting to see how Robinson fares after having done such a heroic effort in the 3K. That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, I think she ran well within herself. She's running for second here. She's running to get points. No slight on her.
No, not at all.
Just the way it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, called to the line. Here we go. And they're off. Harmon straight out to the front. Looks like Jane Layton, Sauhegan giving chase. She is out. She's already got a 5-meter lead, 100 meters in.
Yeah, she's a stud.
She is a stud. This is fun.
It's fun when you know you're going to win, and most likely you're going to win, and you can go as hard as you want.
32 plus. Layton hanging in there. Actually made up a little ground on that second 100 of the.
So that's 240 pace.
It's 240 pace.
That's ripping.
That's ripping. See if some of the boys in the next heat can run that. Some can.
The only way she loses is she goes out too hard.
Way too hard.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know any other way but to go out. So at the 400, she rolls through in about 108 plus.
She's already got
Layton,
company.
Yeah, Layton right on her. Rachel Hurley of Conval.
She's on 250 pace now, so she came down quite a bit.
Yep. She could be trying to stretch it out and then kind of just hang there. It's a tough one. If you can open up and then make everybody chase you, tire them out, and then save something for the last 2 laps.
I wouldn't want a girl to be that close to me.
No, I wouldn't. 2 laps. It's Harmon, Layton, 2 strides behind her. Hurley about 15 meters back. And it must be Marissa Romano. You guys need to go around.
She's on 256, 257 pace.
Looks like she strided out a little bit.
I think that first lap was a little too fast.
Yeah.
Now I think she's getting her act back together.
I mean, it's safe to say that they were aiming for this the whole time. There we go. 1 lap to go. They were aiming for this the whole time. You know, she'd run down and up a little bit,
Yep.
just because that's a good thing to do. But I don't think, based on what I saw last year, she was always thinking the 1,000. Right now, she's got a 15-meter lead over Jane Layton. Hurley getting ridden up by Marissa Romano, and then trying to hang on. Lauren Robinson.
Yeah,
she's
tough.
definitely feeling it.
Look
Be
how good
interesting
she
to
looks
see
now.
if she can recover for the 15. 2:59, 3 minutes maybe
Yep.
for Harmon. Layton in second. Romano in third.
So he can get some good points out of that.
We got Hurley from Conval in fourth. Laura Robinson keeping it together for fifth. And then Eleanor McDonough of Co-Brown for sixth.
Look at that finish.
Yeah.
So 2:59.99. You can't get any closer to breaking 3.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. And credit Jean Layton. That was a strong run, too. 'Cause
Yeah.
she's already run the 4x8, I believe. If I remember correctly. She was in that. So, 2 races under her belt. Second in this. Here we are, up for the guys. Sawyer Spencer of Wyndham's the top seed. Nick Randos from Belmont. Evan Coyne of Conval. Robbie St. Laurent of Wyndham. Owen Fleischer, who just ran the 3K. Alec Cermak of Trinity. Luke Gomes of Campbell. Matthew Lyles of Merrimack Valley. James Baird of Trinity. Brent Coop of Kingswood. Chris Damaris of Kennett. And Maxwell Frazier of West. Sawyer has opted pretty much just to run this. I'm sure he's on a relay, but it's safe to say that he wants this bad. I watched Randos run 1,000. I think it's his qualifying time for the 1,000, where he ran away from the competition. So I think he's strong.
Sawyer's a start. He's strong.
Yep.
Got a good kick.
And right now it's basically set up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those guys are right there, right in line. As they come around, it's Sawyer to the front, shadowed by Randos and Coyne. All in a line, so they're going.
I mean, that was only a 2:45 pace they went out at.
Yeah, so they must be just picking it up as they go.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know you can outrun everybody and everybody gives you the front, why not? So 64 plus through the 400.
Now they've picked it up a little bit. Now they're on 2:41 pace.
Wow, I mean, when you look back, they've stretched it out. Those three are 10 meters up on the field, 400 meters in.
Sawyer's a good-looking runner.
Yes,
really
he is.
I mean, I think he finished 9th in MOCs in cross country, so he's pretty versatile.
He's definitely a track guy, though.
Yep.
Definitely a track guy. All right. So Sawyer to the lead, Coyne in second, Randos in third.
Every lap's getting faster for him, so.
Yeah. Robbie St. Lawrence in fourth. Right now, I would take Randos over Evan Coyne, just in the sense that it looks like Evan's already all out. Still a little bit to run, but he is starting to inch away. There we go, last lap. He just dropped his arms. Sawyer just dropped his arms. He's picking it up.
Yeah, looks good. He felt him out for a lap. Now he's just cranking.
Why not? I mean, in some ways, why not? I mean, if you know you can outrun everybody, you know you can. The only problem is you just never know what somebody else has in the tank.
Yeah, you don't know. Kid in second looks good, though.
He does. He looked like he went way too
Look at
early,
him.
but
He's still got
he's fighting.
running.
There's Sawyer. 238 or so.
Nice job.
Coyne. Randos. Robbie St. Laurent. There's some more points for Wyndham. Merrimack, Gomes.
So Sawyer took that 238.58 coin. Condell, 241.10. Nick Randos, Belmont, 243.54. St. Laurent, 247.41. Kermack of Trinity, 249.09. And Gomes of Campbell, 249.41. So Wyndham got quite a few points.
Yeah,
on
they
that
did.
One. Plus they got a
Coming
bunch
up
of
in the
sprints.
girls, we've got Considine of Merrimack Valley in the first heat, Masterston of Pelham, Brandon of St. Thomas, Murphy of Portsmouth, Amon of Hanover, Harrington of Pelham. That's your first section. Of course, you know who's coming up in our second section. One of the Robotis.
Yeah.
Julia. .600 to me is one of those weird events.
Gut wrencher?
Yeah. Too far to be a sprint, but too short to be a distance event. Well, we've got a number of people making up the stagger fast. Of course, in this race, you get around the first two corners and hit the cones, and you get to cut in, and then we really get a sense of where this race is going. Looks like Harrington right to the front, followed by Constantine of Merrimack Valley. Then Amon of Hanover. Oh, sorry, no, Murphy of Portsmouth. Right now it's Harrington of Pelham stretching it out a little bit. Got about 3 meters on Merrimack Valley. Hanover in third, Portsmouth in fourth, St. Thomas in fifth. And Merrimack Valley with the pass. Come 3 wide around the corner. Hanover to the front, followed by Pelham, Merrimack Valley, St. Thomas, Pelham, and Portsmouth.
So Amon of Hanover took that with 146.61. Harrington Pelham 146.89. Constantine Merrimack Valley 147.83. Brandon St. Thomas Aquinas 4th place 148.82. Masterson of Pelham 149.76. And Murphy of Portsmouth 150.31.
All right, they just brought up the girls for the second heat. We've got Hurst of Pelham, Laird of Co-Brown, Delaney Conjal of Portsmouth Christian, Young of Newmarket, Julia Robitaille of West, and Elise Lambert of Souhegan. Lambert and Robitaille by far the favorites here with a 138.04 and a 138.84, and then you hop all the way down to 144. So those two should be out and out fast. And they are. Appears to be Robitaille with the lead coming into the cut-in. It's a little bit hard to say. Get out of the way. And as they come over, Robitaille with the lead. Lambert chasing along with Hurst of Pelham.
Yeah, Robitaille looks good.
She does. I know Lambert's got some speed.
Yeah, Lisa's tough.
Yeah. But she's going to have to make it count because Julia's going to try to keep her on her shoulder all the way around this corner. And it's tough to get around. When they're moving this fast, it's hard to make a move that'll. And she's
got to
not
make
going
it right here if you're going to make it.
And there they are, Robitaille and Lambert.
Well, look at her try to hold her off.
Trying to hold her off.
She knows how to race.
Yes, she does.
Got to hold her off to this one more. One more, you got to do it.
Lambert goes to the arms.
There she goes.
Certainly pulls even.
Oh, my God. That's fire right there.
Robitaille gets the inside.
Little engine that can.
Yeah. And got one more shot
There
coming
you
off
go.
the Torn, but
I don't think she's got
I
it.
don't think so.
Oh, maybe.
Here we go. They're coming down.
Oh, my God.
It's going to be Julia. Nice.
Nice goal.
Lambert in second. Newmarket in third. Cobrown in fourth. Portsmouth Christian in fifth. And Hurst and Pelham in sixth. Holy cow.
That's a good one.
That's 20 points.
Yep.
600, 3K.
138.64 on the win. Lambert second, 138.95. That's beautiful. That was a good race, man. That showed you guts.
It certainly did. Coming up in the boys.
That's why that girl's a champion.
That is. Whitworth of Portsmouth, Buck from Trinity, Howlett of Prospect Mountain, Headington of Sohegan, Higas of Cobrown, and Sassaman of Oyster River.
Can't teach that.
No, you can't.
That's guts, though.
That is.
That's what I like about that girl, though.
Oh. You know, I think if you look back, obviously you're always trying to win and stuff like that. But if you look back, like even to like last year, the way she was operating last year worked perfectly into who she's become this year.
Yeah.
It's not all, it's not all at once.
No, she's a workhorse. I saw her during cross country season, and after her races, she was still working hard.
Yep.
After her races, and I knew there was something special.
Yep.
That was coming along.
And sometimes, everybody put everything into racing. They forget that you can't keep building if you put everything into racing.
Exactly.
All right, we're off with the first heat of the 600. Coming around to the cut. Looks like we've got Oyster River in the lead. Cobrown, Prospect Mountain. So that's Sassaman from Oyster River up front right now, being shadowed by Higas and Howlett. And they're right on him.
Higas is only a freshman.
You can tell.
He ran
He's
the
only
4x800.
about 3 feet tall.
Yeah, he's rugged.
Something about the Cobrown makeup right now is they're all short. There we go. Cobrown comes in shoulder to shoulder, Oyster River.
Got in a little hard,
Well, hey, do you want to be in first or do you want to be in second?
That's right.
And they're full out now.
Look at him.
He is.
He's running with some effort.
He is running with some effort. He's not a scrawny distance runner, is he?
No.
No, he is not.
His father's like a keg with legs, all muscle though. One guy I wouldn't want to mess with.
No, well, there's lots of guys. Oh, yeah, I know his dad.
Yeah.
You're right. Definitely don't want him. There we go.
So Higas took that 130.85. Sassaman 131.67. Howlett, Prospect Mountain 134.63. Buck of Trinity 135. Fifth place Whitworth of Portsmouth 139.97.
We'll have to see how that time stands up, 130.85, because we got the fast heat coming off after this. And it's possible if you displace somebody, you can steal some points because there's only 6 per heat. We got Prince from Portsmouth, Shed from Merrimack Valley, Grant from Portsmouth, Hogan from Campbell, Sane top seed from Hanover, and how do you say that one? Nandaho?
Yeah, I think he did pretty good.
I think he knows who I'm talking about when I'm talking about him anyways.
Yep. I mean, you can buy another vowel in there. They're only $250.
There we go. These guys are cruising.
I think 130 will.
I think it
will
might
get him in the top 6.
I think it might. Though these guys are cooking right now.
Oh yeah, they're going for it.
And I think Prince was in a couple of events, but this is the one thing that he went down to, so he might be trying to win this. And into the lead is Singy, who is the top seed. But he's got Prince right on him. And Shed from Merrimack Valley is lurking. They're through the 454. They're going. He's going to have to find time to get around because that guy's not letting him by. That's for sure.
No. He made one attempt.
Yeah.
Kid thwarted him. He's trying to make another attempt.
He is. And he, ooh,
I love it.
I do too.
Nice fight there, kid.
Saving up.
Yep. Here
One
comes-
last shot. And it looks like that might have been it, though.
I don't know.
Trying.
He's running wide. Yep.
All right,
Smart.
so it's Sengi.
Smart running.
Then it's Prinz and Logan. Luke Hogan from Campbell.
Good times though.
Yeah. They were moving. Ooh. He will.
Yeah,
he will
yeah,
slide
so-
in.
So,
Igus slides in.
yeah, so Segni of Hanover, 125.31. Prince of Portsmouth, 125.82. Hogan of Campbell, 126.14. Shad of Merrimack Valley, 129.25. Grand of Portsmouth, 129.83.
All right, we're going to be switching over to the 300. The beautiful but strange part of the 300 starts on the other side of the track. It's going to be a little bit difficult to see exactly what's going on, but we got Canu back of Trinity, Stafford from Hanover, McLean from Hanover, Totkus of Laconia. That's in the first heat. Looked like Prince came off, like maybe tweaked something, trying to get around that last time.
Yeah, he tried, man. He tried really hard.
It's not easy to get around on a corner when you're moving that fast already.
I had a kid I coached for Portsmouth long time ago back. Jay Mintz. He ended up going on and running the 225,000 down in Virginia as a high schooler. 226. His record got broken. Another kid ran 225.
Wow.
But he'd hog up 2 lanes.
Perfect.
He was just so big and strong, big soccer player.
Sometimes you got those kids that take up more space than they actually fit in, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
As long as they can get around people, because it makes it difficult for anybody to get around them. All right, so the gun's up. They're up, and they're off. So this is 1.5 laps. We'll see him come through here. We won't really be able to tell much, and then we'll see him come off the corner, and probably still won't be able to tell much.
Exactly.
They're moving. Well, we got some movement going on the back. People on the inside going around people on the outside, so they're definitely going to come off the corner in the lead. And as we come down the stretch, Hanover first, Hanover second, Trinity third, and Laconia in fourth.
So McLean of Hanover, 43.88. Stafford of Hanover, 44.59. Canoe of Trinity, 45.43. And Totkus of Laconia, 46.17.
All right, coming up in this next section, we got Fraser of Guilford, Thomas of Hanover, Karowski of Portsmouth, and Hoffman of Oyster River.
How many heats of this do we have?
Three heats. All right, they're getting their blocks ready. All right, they've been called to the blocks. They're up, and they're off. So second heat coming through. Looks like they have 3 entrants. We're missing, looks like Hoffman from Oyster River is not in here.
There's an Oyster River girl in there.
I think that's Guilford.
Oh, that's Guilford?
I think so.
Oh yeah, yellow. Yep, Guilford.
This
Guilford
one's
take it.
tight. Guilford takes it. Hanover and Portsmouth.
So Fraser of Guilford 44.71, Thomas of Hanover 45.29, and Karofsky of Portsmouth 45.41.
All right, in our third and final section, this should be a pretty much of a beatdown. We've got Amelia Kincannon of Oyster River, Devin McLean of Oyster River, Corinne Robitaille of West, and Abby Cranny of Sauhegan. These girls are fast.
Yeah, and there's not much separating them.
No,
right?
there is not. Not that the other girls weren't fast either. Certainly faster than I can go.
Yeah, me too.
The only way I can go that fast, you drop me off the top of a building. Come to a sudden stop. They've called to the blocks. West has got 20 points by Julia. What did they get? 8 points out of
Yep.
Corinne that first time, and then Hurdler,
Maybe 1
Lamper
point.
was 1. So that's 29 points through 3 events.
That's not bad.
4 events. 0.9. And these girls are flying.
I'll tell you what, Corinne's actually got better form than Julia.
Yes. I mean, I suppose if you're a sprinter,
Yeah.
that's something that you can't really get away with mechanics that are not sound.
Right.
Very difficult.
Not to say that Julia's form is
No,
not.
no. Certainly a lot more efficient. And there we go.
She took
Julia's
it.
going to win it. Yeah. I mean,
Corinne.
Sorry, Corinne.
That was a good race.
That was a great race.
So
There's
Corinne
another 10.
Robitaille, West 42.20, Cranny, Sauhegan 42.85, Concannon, Oyster River 42.87, and McLean, Oyster River 43.12.
All right, coming up in the first seat of the boys, we've got Galliano of Hanover, Gomes of Campbell, Clatcher of Co-Brown, and Petrin of Lebanon. So we were just saying that was 29 points. It's now 39 points.
Yeah,
And
pretty good day.
Julia coming up in the 15. You'd have to almost anticipate she's going to get those 10 points as well, because she certainly had the upper hand in the 3K against Durham. And while she's had more time to recover, it just looked like, again, certainly Julia's got some momentum behind her.
Right.
And it's got to help her confidence. And I think, definitely sitting in the back of Durham's mind is going to be, she already got me today. I mean, you got to be able to clear that out of your head.
Right.
But it's not easy either. All right, called into the blocks.
I think Durham will be pretty tough in the 15.
I don't disagree, because I think that's her better event, actually.
I do too.
They're up, they're out. But you got to respect Julia's ability to finish a 1500 if she wins the 600.
Yeah. And I like how
she
fought off Lambert. I mean, that was
yeah.
That's to me that was the race of the day so far.
So far, I know I wrote up as the boys 1500 could be spectacular. Nothing says it will, but there's just a lot of names and a lot of jostling, and who knows? Clatcher way out on this one. Way out. He's going to finish 15 meters ahead of everybody.
Clatcher wins that section, 37.79. Galliano of Hanover, 41.39. Gomes of Campbell, 41.52.
Only 3 of them in that one. In the second section, we got Bushnell of Bow, Leahy of Goffstown, Boganam of Sanborn, and Martin of Hanover. Say, I think if I remember correctly, Bushnell was running indoor last year, but for some reason, if I remember correctly, he wasn't. This is a Bo, wasn't running it he wasn't running outdoor, which is kind of an odd setup. They're called to the blocks. They're up and they're off.
What's the fastest seed time in this race?
Fastest seed time in this section is 38.33, but they're all 38s. They're all clustered up together right now.
Yeah.
100 to go. Looks like Goff's down on the inside. Upper hand.
Leahy of Goffstown, 37.61. Bushnell of Bow, 37.87. Boganum, Sanborn Regional, 37.94. And Martin of Hanover, 38.49. So those are all quality times.
Those are. In our final heat here, we've got Dupuy of Belmont, St. Ange of Goffstown, Duckett of Trinity, and Manning of Oyster River. I know I've said all those names once already, too. So these guys are in their second event for sure. Duckett has the fastest seed time at 37.01. Belmont has made up the gap on St. Ange.
It's going to be a good one, too.
Yeah.
That Duckett kid's fast, huh?
Yes, he is. And effortless looking. Look at him go. From Belmont's not doing too bad on the inside lane either.
They keep throttling out.
Wow. 36-17. Wow.
Stephen Duckett is your winner. Trinity, 36.17. Dupuy of Belmont, 36.73. St. Ange of Goffstown, 37.04. And Manning of Oyster River, 37.61.
Those are some fast times. That's the fastest they've run all year. So nice to spike up, I guess.
Yeah, it's great thing.
All right, we're getting ready for the girls 1500. We got Robitaille from West, Durham from Milford, Robinson again from Milford, Ververka again from Conval, Addie Cox, Cole Brown, Corzo of Portsmouth Christian, Scully, Sanborn, Duty of Oyster River, Zlotnick of Sauhegan, Riley of Belmont, Slavin of Oyster River, and Sullivan of Oyster River. At this point, I just got to give a shout out to my buddy Ryan Goodrich. I told him I'd bring up his mention before the 1500, so I did. Staying at home and watching the Super Bowl.
Who's playing today?
I don't know. Some weird red, white, and blue Patriots or something. All right, and they're off. And right to the front, Durham. Looking to burn Julia off. Yep. Right to the front, we've got Durham, Robitaille, Corzo, Cox, Ververka, Robinson, Zlotnick. I'm interested in watching how Robinson runs this. Yeah, she looked tired after.
Yeah, she did. She did. I'm going to say Robitaille's going to win this one, too.
I think so, too. I think
I might be wrong.
I think Durham might have made a tactical mistake in trying to burn her off fast.
It happened at the Dartmouth Relays, the same thing.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, Durham loves to go to the front.
Yeah.
That's just the way she runs, too. But she had a bigger gap than
that. But I think you got to get to to the front and get a big lead. I don't think he can just get a partial lead.
No,
on
you
this.
can't. You can never get a partial lead. All right. So let's see what they go through. Roughly 400 from across the track. We're looking at just about 74. And the gap's closing to Julia. Julia's closing the gap to Durham. Got Addie Cox, Cole Brown leading the chase field. About 40 meters back. Not quite 40 meters. Field is strung out pretty good. Not quite single file, but pretty close. Durham's still out front. All right, with 4 laps left, Durham in the lead. Robitaille sitting right on her shoulder. Addie Cox bringing up the chase pack, followed by Robinson, Corzo, Ververka.
So they're like on 442 pace right
Scully.
now.
The lead's 442.
Yep.
They just went through 800, 236 or so. Three laps to go, and we've got Durham shadowed by Robitaille right on her shoulder. Julia looks pretty good. Looks pretty relaxed. Durham looks like she's working a little bit. Cox, Robinson, Scully, Corzo, Ververka, Zlotnick. They're still clipping along, though.
Yeah.
Leg action looks snappy, so neither of them are done for sure.
I would never.
2 laps. If I was
Durham, I'd never call it Colorado a race.
no,
but,
never.
you know, last year she proved me wrong a couple of times.
2 laps to go. It's Durham shadowed by Robitaille. Robinson just in front of Cox, Corzo, Scully, Ververka.
Robinson's running pretty good though. She's holding in there.
I mean, she knows she's in it for points.
Yeah.
So here we go. 1.5 laps to go.
Pull the trigger.
Looks like Julia's trying to crank it up, move on to
I'd
the
pull
shoulder.
it right there if I were her.
But
see.
it looks like Durham's working hard
Durham's
to keep
tough.
her on the shoulder. Here we go. Julia's pulled out, but she is off the shoulder. They've got a significant gap back to third, too.
Durham's holding her off.
Durham's holding her off, and it looks like she just changed into another gear. Julia's changing into another gear right there, too, trying to get her before the corner.
I don't know. Did Corinne just step on the track?
Yeah, you said that,
Did they
didn't you?
swap out?
Didn't you say that?
I don't know. Durham's holding her
man.
off. Here we go.
Here we go.
Who's got more? Who's got more?
Oh,
Durham?
this is close.
Durham takes that one.
Durham takes
Nice
it.
job. Can't
Julie
count
in
her
second.
out.
No, you cannot.
That's good, though, huh?
I think Robitaille's just happy that there's
Yep.
somebody pushing her too.
No, that was good. It's a good race.
And then we've got
Lauren
Lauren
Robinson.
Robinson. She might be athlete of the meet.
Yep.
This type of heroics.
Now, Lauren doesn't win a single race, but she.
No, she's counting for
Hey,
big points. All right, that is incredible.
Yep.
We got-
Can't count that girl out.
We got Durham first, 442. Robitaille from West, 442.93. Robinson, 458.5. Corzo, 459.6. Ververka, 459.8. Scully, 5. Addie Cox, 502.09. And Riley, 505.74. Coming up for the guys, we've got Spencer Sawyer back. And Kieran Murphy back. Blake Audibert of Milford. Andy O'Brien of Oyster River. Robbie St. Laurent from Wyndham. Evan Tangway's back. Max Stensiel of Oyster River, Landon Valancourt, my boy from Messinic, David Reynolds from Merrimack Valley, Cody Davis of Lebanon, Cam Starr, Pelham, and Wyatt Mackey of Co-Brown, and they're off. And looks like we've got Cam Starr straight to the front.
Oh yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Cam Starr could
Why?
surprise.
Yeah, and if he's decided to come out of the 1,000 where he was ranked higher to run the 1,500, it's not like he just loves the 1,500 better. He knows where he's probably fitter.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you've done something before, you can do it again.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, the fact that he has a low seed. I mean, lots of times we'll go into the outdoor season knowing we're going to have not a very fast seed coming into the state championships, because you don't need it to get into the championship.
Right.
So save it for later, and maybe that's exactly what we do. So we got Cam Starr, Audibert, Davis, Sawyer moved up, Tangway. I think that's Murphy.
If I was Sawyer, I'd sit right there.
Valancourt.
I don't think anybody can outkick Sawyer.
No. There's no reason. I mean, maybe Cam Starr can, but there's no reason. Are you going to bank on it? I wouldn't.
If I was Starr, I'd be doing right what I'm doing. Get the heck away.
There we go. They're strung out, so they must be going pretty good.
Oh, they're ripping along pretty good.
We're going to have 600 here in a minute. Cam Starr looks like he just put the pedal down again. We're about through 600 and 142.
Cam Starr.
Yeah, he's looking good. Here comes Landon. Get up there!
There's a little coaching going on here. Not that I've never done that. They're on 406 pace right now.
That's why I turned off the mic. So we'll be yelling into the mic.
So he's on 406 pace right now, which actually is Division II record pace.
Yeah. All right, I'm glad that there's one good sign. My boy listened to me anyways. I don't know how it's going to help him finish, but he actually moved around the slower guys, so perfect. There we go, Cam leading with 3 laps to go. He's got about 15 meters back to Audibert. Then Sawyer.
Yep.
Sawyer must be wondering if he's going to come back, or because he can't wait too much longer if he's going to try to close that up.
He's going to come back.
And he's not.
He's going to come back, but I don't know if he's going to come all the way back.
Well, I mean, and Sawyer's in a bizarre position to be in third. Like, he needs to get around second, too, if he's going to close up on Cam Starr as well.
Cam looks like he's talking to his legs right now.
I've seen him do that a ton, though. It's pretty characteristic. So 400 meters to go. Cam Starr out front, 15 meters. Blake Audibert in third. Sawyer, Tangway,
he's
Murphy, Landon. Valancourt.
He's on 410 pace, so he's not really losing too much off his pace.
No, I've seen him. I've prayed for him to come off before with my guy chasing him and stuff, and he's pretty good at hanging on.
Audibert's closing it up a little bit.
Valancourt is actually in a pretty dangerous position. He hasn't run yet, and the kid can kick. I think Cam Starr might have
Cam's gonna win this.
though.
Cam's going to win this. He's going to win it handily. Sawyer's out of gas.
Get on it, Valancourt. What are you waiting for? How many people you go?
Karen Murphy's going to try to pull out a second.
Karen Murphy is.
Sawyer's coming.
Sawyer's putting what he can into it. Cam Starr just looked back. I hate that, though.
Yeah, I do.
But he's going to make it.
Cam Starr's going to have a good race.
Yes. Cam Starr in about 4:14. Next to last seed. Sawyer, Murphy, Valancourt, Audibert, Tangway, Lebanon.
So you got Cam Starr won that in 4:14. Sawyer 4:17, Murphy 4:17, Valancourt 4:19, Audibert of Milford 4:20, Tangway of Co-Brown 4:21, Davis of Lebanon 4:22, Stensley of Oyster River 4:27.44. That was a pretty exciting race. Cam Starr hasn't run a lot all year, but when you know how to win, you know how to win. So Karen Murphy and Sawyer both had a pretty good day today. Valancourt's only a freshman, running a 4:19.49. Not a bad day. This goes to show you don't have to run most of the season to still be state champ.
No, you do not. All right, 4x4. St. Thomas girls. St. Thomas Aquinas, Conval, Newmarket, Portsmouth Christian, and Kennett in the first heat.
Well, you got to be proud of your boy there.
Oh, yeah, he did all right.
Yeah. There was a couple other tough freshmen in there.
There is. And the part that, I mean, he had the luxury that he was in fresh. There was only him and Cam Starr, the only two, I think, that were in there totally fresh. So that certainly helps. But, you know, the part that I like is he did what I told him. And you know, sometimes as freshmen, it's pretty easy to get geared up and super excited and either drawn out too hard or intimidated and staying way in the back. So pretty happy.
Well, you know what? I'm happy for Cam Starr because you know, his cross-country season.
I mean,
you know, he was the favorite.
I would have liked to see all kinds of bad things happen to him last year, but that's because I had the next best guy. This year, it's definitely, I mean, it was kind of disheartening knowing that he could have been, you know, he kind of coming into cross-country season as the number one guy, and then basically to see him not race at all. I think we were actually at
Jamie Martin.
Yeah, Jamie Martin. He started the race, but he didn't finish the race.
That was the beginning of the end. But at least he's back on track.
Yeah, exactly.
On your marks.
Here we go.
Set.
So we'll get the girls 4x4 up. Division record is 4:11 by Hanover. Last year it was 4:16, won by Oyster River. They're the top seed today, and they're looking for lots of team points. I think they got the top seed in the 4x4 and 4x2, and they're going to want to maximize those as much as they possibly can. Portsmouth Christian leads through the first lap. Kennett, Conval, Newmarket, St. Thomas.
I'd like to know where we're standing, like team-wise, team point-wise.
Yeah, I know. I wonder if there's a way we can get a hold of that. Portsmouth Christian first through for the handoff.
Conval,
Kennett.
St. Thomas, and Brown, Campbell.
Newmarket.
Oh, that's Newmarket.
Yep.
They got all their uniforms.
They all must have got a bargain or something. I think if I was racing, I think I'd rather run the 4x200 than the 4x400 indoors, because it's just one lap. You can kind of focus on that one lap, just hammering. 2 laps makes it. It's like, how exactly do I go about doing this? We got Portsmouth Christian stretched out over Kennett, though. Kennett looks like they're making up ground on the second leg. Newmarket just went by Conval. St. Thomas in 5th. Portsmouth Christian takes the handoff first, followed by Kennett. Newmarket. Conval. Ververka back out on the track. Just ran the 1500. 3K, 4x4.
So after the 1500, Sauhegan girls were winning tied 53 to Milford's 53. Manchester West is 47.
3 girls in third.
And Portsmouth 27. So imagine that.
Yeah.
53 to 53, 47.
Wow. You said Souhegan to
Souhegan and Milford
Milford.
tied. Manchester West.
So we're going to have to see how that comes down.
On the boys' side, it's a runaway. Wyndham 61, Portsmouth 37, Cole Brown 33, Oyster River 33. Yeah. So Wyndham, they can't lose at this point.
Right. Portsmouth Christian into their final leg in first. Significantly in first. Chased by Kennett, Newmarket, Conval, and St. Thomas. Got about 15-meter lead with just over a lap to go. So I would assume, unless the wheels totally come off, they should be able to maintain that.
Yep.
And coming in, it will be Portsmouth Christian finishing this heat in first, followed by Kennett, Newmarket, Conval, and St. Thomas. Portsmouth Christian won that in 4:26.99. Kennett second, 4:34.68. Newmarket third, 4:38 even. Conval 4:40.68, and St. Thomas 4:43.87. Coming up in the second section, we've got Wyndham, Kingswood, Pelham, Hanover, and Merrimack Valley. Bringing the girls to the line now. So let's see if 4:26 will get these guys into the next. So you said Souhegan and Milford tied going in.
Yep.
We have Souhegan and Milford as the third and fourth seed in this race. Coming up in the next heat. So we might be able to get some idea from that.
Well, Rebecca Durham pulling that out is big time.
Yeah.
And she only won by 11 hundredths of a second.
Yeah. They were tight.
It shows you how close it was.
All right, in our first lap, looks like we got, Pelham out to an early lead. Nope, Merrimack Valley out to an early lead, followed by Wyndham, Kingswood, Hanover, and Pelham. As they come around to the first handoff, they bunch back up. We got Hanover taking it first, then Wyndham, Kingswood, Merrimack Valley, and Pelham. That was a good handoff by Kingswood because they were not in second place when they entered the exchange zone, but they come out that way. Hanover opening up a gap. Kingswood and Merrimack Valley chasing. Wyndham trying to hold on, and Pelham closing the gap back to fourth. Actually, it looks like they're about to go around Wyndham. We now have Merrimack Valley is pulling around Hanover, basically handing off almost dead even, and then Kingswood in third. Pelham, then Wyndham. A little bit of contact in that exchange, but everybody was doing what they were supposed to do. So no harm, no foul. Got Merrimack Valley stalking Hanover, but I'm not so sure they know that Kingswood's coming up behind them.
So these relays are going to be so important.
They are going. I mean, isn't that the way? And that's the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
At least in the girls' side. The guys' side, it doesn't sound like it matters that much. At least not for first.
Right. You know, it's tough too because you get 200 and 400. They can essentially be the same type of runners.
Absolutely,
so some of those kids are coming back. And,
they might be. Yeah.
You know, it's going to be awesome.
It's like Hanover just put on the afterburners coming around the corner to secure the first handoff on the last leg. Been back and forth in these. The lead. We take it the same, but Hanover had to step on them. Kingswood chasing. Wyndham with the baton. Pelham right on their back. With 1 lap remaining, Merrimack Valley is passing Hanover, tracked by Kingswood. Pelham slid up into 4th. Wyndham off the back a little bit in 5th. Coming around the final turn, we got Merrimack Valley, followed by Hanover, Kingswood. That'll be the finish. Merrimack Valley finished in first, 422.7. Hanover in second, 424.5. Kingswood third, 425.66. Pelham fourth, 431.19. And Wyndham finishing it up at 434.07. Our last section, Coe-Brown, Souhegan, Milford, Oyster River, and Portsmouth. And like we were saying before, Souhegan and Milford are currently tied. So where they end up on this is going to be pretty important.
Yeah, it's going to be big time right now.
And who's starting off for Milford? But Rebecca Durham. Souhegan has Jane Layton, who ran fantastic, what was that, 1,000. So both kind of riding high at the moment.
You bring out all the marbles now.
Yeah. Don't hold nothing back.
No. This is what it's about right here.
Yep. I think this is what they call a barn burner.
Come on, it's a long hold here.
Well, you got one going into blocks.
Yep. So now you just can't have any baton drops or anything.
Absolutely. You got to keep this thing
Be
moving.
smart about this one.
And Oyster River is the prohibitive favorite. They seem to be pulling ahead. But the battle really right now is what's happening behind with Milford and Souhegan as far as the outcome of the entire meet goes, team standing wise. And we've got Durham to the front, Layton right behind her, slotting in. Oyster River in third. Portsmouth in fourth, and Coe-Brown in fifth. Layton going around Durham, though. Layton's had a little bit more time to rest, so
Durham's just going to keep it close.
Going to try anyways. Looks like she's kind of
Yep.
got to the end of her rope here a little bit. Layton to Romano first, then Portsmouth, Oyster River, Milford, from Co-Brown. Portsmouth coming right up on Romano. If it's Romano, I could be mistaken. I'm not familiar with all those
back
girls.
in front. Well, they're in second now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just going to keep
Oyster River going all the way around.
Yeah.
All right, we got Oyster River, Portsmouth, Souhegan, Milford. Co-Brown, 5th. Oyster River starting to pull away.
Milford's got to keep it close.
They've got to keep it close. Do they have? I mean, I had said early in the season if Veronica Willing comes out, she's going to be one of the favorites in some of these events. She just ended up doing long jump this year, but I think that might be her there. And if that's true, she's got some speed. Right now, Souhegan has a stride and a half over Milford, but Milford's going right by.
You need to get to that next place.
You got to get to that next place.
Because you got to have that buffer.
Yep. I think what we have is you see a true sprinter going up against a true distance runner.
Right. But Souhegan's got the room to spare. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You just don't want her to get another place ahead of you.
Yep.
Souhegan's closer is a good one.
Yes. Yes. The other thing, Milford needs to try to open up some space because they are not in the fast heat of the 4x2.
You know, the other thing we don't know, too, is all the field events done?
Yeah.
They must be.
I would think that they are. They start right off the bat.
It's not like spring track.
No. Milford just went around Portsmouth.
After 11 events. So
and is starting to chase down on Oyster River, actually. The time gap is big back to Souhegan, but it's only one spot right now. Like I said, Milford doesn't have an entrant. They're not in the fast heat of the 4x2. Souhegan is.
That's why you want to get some serious points right here.
Yeah, and if you can go to the front, you might just get them. Though it doesn't look like it. She was gaining on Oyster River, but
she's just going to hold this one. She's going to hold the fort down on this one.
Yep. Force them to have to. Oh, and Portsmouth's coming. Force Souhegan to have to beat you by one place. Portsmouth has gone around. Oyster River's going to win it. Portsmouth second. Milford's third. Souhegan fourth. So Milford's leading the team competition at this point, but it's only by one event. Going into the last event, Souhegan has a higher ranked relay team. So we got Oyster River in 414.2, Portsmouth in 416.69, Milford in 418.27, Souhegan in 420.69, and Co-Brown in 434.43. Coming up for the boys, we've got Newport, Sanborn, Bow, Lebanon, and Kennett. That's the first heat.
There was no one else in the slower heats who were faster, right?
I don't think so. Those girls were going pretty good, so I can't imagine it.
That was pretty exciting, though.
Yeah, yep.
But it's tough when you get it. You gain all that, and then you lose it all back in the end.
Yep.
So it's going to be close.
On your marks. Set.
Do we know the results of shot put? Can you get those, both boys and girls?
Yep.
Because those two, they were the top marks in the entire state, so I just want to know in advance whether or not they had finished that way today.
Yeah, Marcus Roper.
Roper, yeah.
Of Lebanon, who 49 feet.
Yep.
And then Michael Boucher
Of Milford.
of Milford,
Oh, nice.
46 feet.
Because
James
Tebow was the second seed.
Yeah, Tebow came in fifth, 42.06.
All right, we got Lebanon out front on this one. Being passed by Bow is Newport. So Newport into third. Kingswood. Sanborn. Kath Merchant took it.
Yep.
Looks like it. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that looks like the order that they were seated too. It'll be interesting to see if those marks stand up this afternoon because they were the leaders going in. Right now we got Lebanon, followed by Bow, Newport, Kennett, Sanborn. The handoff, Lebanon and Bow practically hand off together. Newport in third, Kennett in fourth, and Sanborn in fifth. I think from what I just heard,
59-57.
59-57.
Yep.
And looks like the makeup of our final section for girls 4x2 are the top 4 teams.
Oh, wow.
I think so.
That's great.
I think that's what they said. Of course, one of them being the 3-person wrecking machine of West. All right, we got Bow leading, Lebanon in second, Newport in third, Kennett in fourth, and Sanborn in fifth.
I think Corinne's going to run a 300. Julie's going to run a 300, and the other one's going to run a 200.
and the final one's going to take the baton with 10 meters left.
It's too bad because if West had just a few more athletes out, I'm sure they could.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know.
I mean, Trinity essentially did it last year on the backs of 4 guys.
That's right.
So 5 guys maybe. That was pretty crazy too. Bow leading, followed by Lebanon, Newport, Kennett, and Sanborn. I remember watching 3 guys win the state championship in Division III in track. It was Heath Vincent, Scott Merrick. They had a hurdler.
White Mountains?
At White Mountains, yeah. That was crazy. All right, as we're coming in, Bow holds the lead, but there's a battle for second. Looks like Kennett went around, Lebanon, and then Newport slowed down before the line, and then Sanborn. All right, we got Bow in first with 353.3, Kennett in second, 355.2, Lebanon in third, 356.1, Newport in fourth, 356.8, and Sanborn 401.2. Next section has Oyster River, Conval, Co-Brown, Hanover, and Campbell. All right, here we go. Second heat. Set. Off and running. I'm going to say, almost anticipate that somewhere along the line, Hanover's going to kind of get the upper hand. They had a couple of sprinters.
Yeah, they had some
really
fast boys.
it stands now, we had Conval to the front, just about to be overtaken by Hanover. Then Campbell. Then Co-Brown. Oyster River going on around the outside of Co-Brown. Hanover takes the baton first.
Good split right there.
Yeah. Conval in second. Campbell in third. Oyster River fourth. Co-Brown fifth. Well, Hanover's opened up a gap. We got about 15 meters back to second. Then about another 10 meters back to third. Fourth and fifth rolling up on third as we speak.
The girls got one color uniform, the boys got another, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Sometimes that happens in Division III, but it's usually by accident.
Yeah.
We bought uniforms over the years, too, and sometimes the girls gravitate towards the old ones or the boys gravitate towards the old ones just so they like them more for whatever reason.
I remember having 55 kids on my deer field. 3 different uniforms, basically. It's crazy.
Yeah. Hanover takes the handoff first, followed by Conval. Campbell and Oyster River essentially take it together. Co-Brown had a good handoff and made up ground on the handoff.
Hanover's definitely going to place in this.
I would think.
They're going to come out of the slow heat as a tough team.
Unless they just don't have one last leg, but that doesn't seem to make sense.
I think they're going to be fine.
Yeah. All right, Hanover holds about a 20-meter lead over Conval in second. Gap's closing from them back to Campbell, Oyster River, Co-Brown. Conval might get rolled up here.
Hanover's going to have a good time here.
Yes, they are. Drop baton, that doesn't help any.
Well,
you know, it's a shame, but there's really no reason to drop a baton in 4x4. Not at the high school level. Maybe. I mean, I even watch the Olympics. The Olympics, they stand there with their hand out, watching, making sure they get it.
Right.
Hanover with a big lead over Campbell.
Hanover's going to put up a quality time.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yes, they will.
You know, maybe they didn't have all their best guys on one team at once either.
It's possible, and you bring them together for something like this. You know you want the points in this event. You know you can grab them.
Well, the best seed.
342.
The best seed on there is a 341, and they just like 342.
342.
So,
and these other teams might be doing it with guys that have used up some of their speed too.
Right.
All right, we had Hanover in first, 342. Campbell in second, 349.2. Conval in third, 350.2. Co-Brown, 351.6. And Oyster River, 353.6. All right, last heat. We have Milford, Trinity, Merrimack Valley, Portsmouth, and Wyndham. Wyndham is the second seed in here, but has the meet pretty well wrapped up. So we don't get these. All right. We don't take these, do we? All right, they're getting their block set. I think the sprint events would be twice as fast if they just got rid of blocks.
Yeah.
Like blocks, setting them and then getting into them. Those sprinters always have to jump up and down 12 times before they settle into blocks. Distance guys, you just call them to the line and they go. All right. They're up, and here we go.
Spike's allowed to hit today?
I haven't even noticed all day.
Yeah. No, they are. It's fast. These guys are cooking. Milford, Merrimack Valley, Wyndham, all right there. Portsmouth. And Trinity. A little different this year. I'm watching Trinity run. Last year they had Zepp and Sebastian Eaton and stuff like that. I remember they were in 5th place in the 400, and then when they handed to Eaton, he just went nuts, and then Zepp did what he does best and run fast. I don't think we're going to see that quite happen today. It looks like Milford in front, Wyndham. Portsmouth just moved into 3rd. Merrimack Valley in 4th. Trinity's not getting back in this one. Portsmouth just went around to the front. Wyndham in 2nd. Merrimack Valley going around Milford, 3rd and 4th. Portsmouth takes it first, followed by Merrimack Valley, Milford, Wyndham. They're all tight, but at this point, what was the time we were looking at?
3:42.
3:42, yeah.
Yep.
Wyndham slides into 3rd. Portsmouth leading. Merrimack Valley in 2nd. Milford hanging right there behind Wyndham in 4. Portsmouth's coming off a little bit, but he's not going to be caught before the handoff. It's going to come all down to the final leg. Who's got the gas? Portsmouth takes it first, followed by Merrimack Valley. And there's Spencer Sawyer anchoring. Merrimack Valley's moving pretty fast too. You'd have to think that Sawyer's going to be able to keep his pace the same pace no matter what.
Portsmouth looks like they got a good one going here.
They do. Portsmouth in the lead, Merrimack Valley in 2nd, Sawyer in 3rd, Wyndham, Milford in 4th. Angle leg for Trinity's doing pretty good too. He's picking up some ground.
Yeah.
Too far back though. Portsmouth's going to take it. Looks like Wyndham might come around. They are coming around.
Yeah, kick. He's got a good kick.
Yeah. Portsmouth wins it, 3:35. Wyndham in 2nd. Merrimack Valley 3rd. Milford 4th. Trinity 5th. It's going to be close, 3:41. That means that
Hanover got
Hanover got 5th. So Portsmouth wins 3:35-3. Wyndham in 2nd, 3:38. Merrimack Valley 3:39 for 3rd. Milford 3:41.3 for 4th. And then, like we said, Hanover's going to sneak in for the 5th spot. And Trinity will end up with the 6th.
Sawyer looked like he had a lot left. This 4x200 heat, we've got St. Thomas Aquinas, Bow, Go Brown, and Guilford.
All right, we got St. Thomas, Bow, Co-Brown, and Guilford in this one.
There'll be 4 sections of this.
4 sections. That's a lot of sprinting.
Yep.
You can tell it's not the fastest heat because 2 of the teams are going out in regular training shoes. Probably not a natural-born sprinter if you're using training shoes in the 4x2.
Hey, distance runner, we need you.
Yes. Get in here. All right, Co-Brown takes it in the lead, then Guilford, Bow, and St. Tom. Co-Brown's getting stalked down by Guilford, it looks like. I know, talking to the Guilford coach, they got 3 strong legs. I'd say this is one of them.
Yeah, she looks strong.
Yeah. I remember I hadn't, at the divisional meet last year, I hadn't heard the names prior, but they had 3 girls in the 200 or something like that. 200, 400 maybe. Co-Brown has the lead. Guilford is in second, getting tracked down though by St. Thomas and Bow. I see a lot of training shoes on these guys. Co-Brown out front, but I think that St. Thomas is closing them down pretty hard.
Closing hard.
Yeah. And to the line. That's tight. I think it's Co-Brown, St. Thomas, and Guilford. That's what it is. Co-Brown takes it, 158.9. St. Thomas, 158.9 as well. Guilford, 159.4. And Bow finishing 4th in 202. The next section is Raymond, Windham, Epping, and Pembroke. I would assume that we're going to see Harmon in this event. And we do. She's right there, lead off. Not a bad day. Kind of an interesting double.
Double, yeah.
1,000, 4x2. But if you don't have the legs to run 4x4 or 4x8, I guess, you run 4x2. I bet she's pretty fast in the 4x2,
but
too.
She is.
Speed is speed. Something that has eluded me my entire life.
Me too.
Gee, you wonder why we gravitated towards the distance events.
Looks like both of us have graduated to all-you-can-eat buffets.
I'll beat you to that. Get out of my way.
It's pretty much what it's come down to now, I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna continue to blame mine on injuries, but injuries don't put the weight on. They just don't let you get it off.
I'm finally injury-free, pretty much.
Are you?
Yes.
I don't have any particular injuries. Just nothing feels good anymore.
Right. No.
I don't think there is anything as pain-free anymore. It's just whether or not you can live with the pain. Harmon looks a little confused, I think, because she's not used to lining up in races where other people are using blocks. And we're off.
I bet you she'll be in front at 200.
Be interesting. Yeah. We don't even have to wait till 200. She's got the inside lane, and she has rolled everybody by the 100 mark.
She's got wheels.
She has wheels. I think last year she ran the 1,500, so after 1,000, this is going to be way short. She had to slow up to do the handoff.
Yeah.
Moving so fast.
Kind of reminds me of Corinne Kennedy a little bit.
Yep. Maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Longer. Both a little bit taller and just
Kind of got the same look.
Same look, same long, like stride.
Yep.
Can be deceptive. And Wyndham's going to take the handoff first. Raymond almost was out of the zone.
All the marbles are pretty much going to come down to the 4x200.
Yeah. And what happens if, well, wait a minute. Yeah, it is. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how, we've got to see in this next section how Milford does.
Yeah.
Because Milford's has to win the section.
Oh, they're not in the same section? They're not in the same?
They're not in the same
Oh,
section. Milford didn't have a high enough seat
That's too
time.
bad.
It is. And that's why,
Yeah.
had they been able to put that place in between them, it would
Who's
have
not
made
in
things
it?
really easy.
Oh, Milford's not?
Milford's not in.
Oh,
the final.
that's going to be kind of exciting, actually.
Yeah.
I'd feel bad if it was the other way around, but that's actually that's going to play.
Yeah.
That's going to play out a little strange.
It is. So Epping ends up taking that one, 157.14. Wyndham second, 157.51. Pembroke third, 159.66. And Raymond, even though the stellar leg of Anna Harmon ends up in 4:2:01.7. Coming up in this heat, we got Pelham, Sanborn, Milford, and Hanover. And again, Milford needs to stay up on Sauhegan, so they're going to have to basically win this heat to stay in kind of in contention.
Right. This comes down.
Because Sauhegan just has the luxury of at least being in the fastest heat, chasing around the fastest heat.
And Milford's
We'll see.
got the fastest time going into this heat.
Yeah.
Into this section.
Right. So they're not going to get.
So they really
they
have
might
to,
not get dragged around. They got to go for it.
Right.
I can't really say anything about how I would coach this because I don't usually coach relays, certainly not short relays, but
No.
I just say you have to hammer. You can't worry, but you can't even think that there's any other people in this race. You need 4 fast legs, as hard as you can go.
You are racing the clock.
Yeah.
You are racing. You're running your fastest all the way through.
If there's somebody in front of you, that's fine, but you just got to keep moving.
I wouldn't be surprised if Milford puts up a super time here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Don't be surprised.
Well, right now, we got Hanover out. Hanover's way out. And there you go. I think that's Williams in the second leg here, too. Doesn't run any events all season, but runs the relays. Hanover's having a heck of a first 2 legs.
I was actually fooled at first. I thought Milford was Hanover.
Yeah. Ooh.
Gotta get it out.
Milford had a good handoff. And Hanover with the lead. Milford down by about 7 meters. It's going to be tough to make up. Be hard to jump anybody with a place in between you.
Yeah. She's going to make up a lot of it, though.
She is.
She's going to make up all of it.
She might get there. That's
She's gonna make all of it.
unbelievable.
That's going to force them to run fast.
Yes,
You got to get her. You got to get her. Got to get her.
Wow,
No.
man, I don't know.
It's a fast time, though.
That's a fast time. Let's see what we get shake out of this. Milford takes it, 153.
Wow. Tie.
Tie. Wow. Pelham in 156.6 and Sanborn 157.7. Coming up, we got Portsmouth West, Oyster River, and Souhegan.
Yeah, these times.
These times are messed up.
Yeah, because they're based off 160s. Or something. I don't think so.
Well, when you look here at the times for it's one. These are in the right time frames, but their seed times are based on 160s.
Yeah. So that could change things up.
That could change things up. Of course, here my underdog pick is, of course, West. Because why not?
So what was it? 153. What? What did we have there?
Yeah, we had one. I think it was 153.
60.
Yeah, something like that. And last year's champs were Oyster River with a 149.8.
Oh, so they can roll.
Yep.
I imagine Oyster River's probably got some pretty.
They were the top seed.
Yeah. They seem to have a pretty good stable of.
Yes, they do.
Sprinters.
Young sprinters. And they're off. Oyster River making up the stagger. They are on the inside, however. Tough call at this point. Looks like Portsmouth has made up some of the stagger, too. West may be in last at this point, but they're handing off to one of the Robitaille. I couldn't tell you which one. Oyster River and Portsmouth take it almost even. I would say that's Julia.
That's Julia. I can tell by that arm.
So right now, Souhegan is moving on second place. If they can pop into second place and finish there, they'll definitely have it. And they took it with Portsmouth in second place. Portsmouth was able to keep him on the shoulder. Portsmouth moving up. If Souhegan can just go around, they have it.
Yep.
They have it. They got to go around. Oyster River in first.
Boy, I don't think it's going to happen.
Whoa. Wow.
Yep. 153.6.
Yeah. I don't know. Look at this. They're closing. They're closing.
It's like Souhegan.
If they do this, they got it. And they're going to do it. Souhegan. Souhegan did it. I think it's going to be Souhegan. West comes in third there. Souhegan, 151.7.
So Souhegan should be the state champs.
Should be 152.7. West 153.4. So they're in, yeah, because Milford's going to be in fourth there.
Yep.
So Souhegan's done it. Huh? I know what I'm doing. All right. So unless we haven't seen all the numbers or something like that, that makes Souhegan girls your state champions.
State champions.
And Milford second. All right, coming up here in the boys 4x2, we got Pelham, Hollis, Lebanon, and Sanborn. I saw your dad eating his sandwich. I haven't eaten yet because I can't eat and talk at the same time. So I got to run, eat, and then talk next one.
So that was pretty good for Souhegan.
That was. And that
not pretty good. That was awesome. I mean,
their anchor leg deserves a lot of recognition for that. She really bore down.
Yeah, because they came from third all the way up to first. Oyster River, they fell. That was too bad.
That was too bad. Thankfully for them, I guess it wasn't for all the marbles.
Right.
You been out? How cold is it out there? Oh. I'm limping. All right, they called them to their marks. They're in the blocks. They're up. They're off. So for the guys, this is the final event for the gentlemen. It's the first heat out of 4. But Wyndham has this pretty well sewn up as far as we can tell.
Yeah, they got it.
They got it.
I think I already saw him going on the bus.
Already headed home. Send us the hardware.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Wow. A little bumping and a grinding on that handoff. As there should be. You're coming in together. Not that I'm advocating people whack into each other, but if you're running hard, you're taking handoffs, you're probably trying to occupy the same space at the same time. There we go. Lebanon taking the handoff first. Pelham right behind him. Hollis and Sanborn. It's kind of interesting right here. We got Pelham. They were or are leading the first heat in the 4x2. Last year they won the 4x8.
Right.
Certainly a change of circumstances going on with Pelham for some reason. Pelham's second leg just ran that in street shoes too. Maybe not normal sprinter. Someone's stroking it down the backstretch. Holy cow. Who is that? I guess I can look at the thing. Is that Sanborn? Sanborn. Wow. That was close. Got Pelham in first, 142.8. Sanborn in second, 142.9. Hollis Brookline in third, 143 even. And Lebanon, 145.64. Second heat, we've got Kingswood, Bow, Raymond, and Goffstown.
Boy, Wyndham really took it to the comp, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And looking at it, you look at where the guys are set up, and obviously if you look at Spencer Sawyer was ranked first in everything from the 600 on up and stuff like that, but when they then elect to run something else or not run as much, you just wonder what's that mean for their chances and stuff like that. Portsmouth had a lot of entries, much more than Wyndham did, but Wyndham obviously maximized the entries they had.
Yeah, Wyndham they're a good team.
All right, they're up and they're off. Looks like Bo's making up the stagger right off the bat. Here comes, appears to be Kingswood coming around. Kingswood in for the pass first. Clean exchange, barely. Kingswood out front. Bo chasing. Bo coming up on his shoulder. It's going to be taking the baton same time, Kingswood and Bo. Kid from Bo's definitely not a distance runner. He is big. They get him, not me. Yeah. All right, Kingswood has maintained the lead, but Goffstown has come off great, and they hand off in front, actually. Excellent handoff. Bo trying to run him down. The guy's making up some serious ground, but he didn't have enough room, I don't think. Goffstown looks like they're going to take this one. Bo closing him down, but can't quite get there. Goffstown wins 140.4. Bo second, 140.7. Kingswood third, 142.01. And Raymond in fourth, 142.4. Coming up in the next section, we got Merrimack Valley, Belmont, Milford, and Trinity. Well, I'd say this has been a relatively successful meet.
Yeah.
We look at
went by quick.
Once we got rolling.
Yeah. I don't know what the glitch was earlier on in the hurdles, but once we got going, it kept going fast.
Somebody mentioned to me that they try to wait till the long jump's done. So maybe it was just long jump took a little longer than they normally thought it would before they start in with the hurdles. I'm sure that's a meet management thing in the long run. You know,
right.
Not having guys come over from long jump, stuff like that. If we had known that the gap was going to be that long, maybe we could have had a couple of jokes ready or something.
Right.
All right.
Speaking of jokes, that's Scotty Clark facing the wrong way.
He usually does anyways. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know what he's standing on.
Yeah, he can't stand to see it.
I hope his first runner's so powerful when he comes off the blocks, knocks him right down. There we go. One thing I am glad is his move over to Belmont.
Yeah.
When he coached for St. Bonnie, he used to wear this old Sports Illustrated sweatshirt that I think he won it in something like in the 80s or something. Nice to see him get a little bit of new wardrobe. All right, here we go. Third section. Everybody's taking it together with the exception of Merrimack Valley, who almost went out of the zone.
Yeah. They lost all the momentum on that handoff.
Yeah, because they looked to have the slight edge. That seems a little bit strange to me in some sense. Like these are guys that, I mean, these are teams that live for relays.
Right. They're back in the hunt of it.
They are in the back in the hunt. All right. We got Belmont. Looks like going all the way around on this leg.
Oh, look at that handoff. Trinity, he's got some wheels.
Yes.
Duck it.
Yes.
Hit E3.
This is heat 3, yeah. He knows that he just won
his
the
heat.
Third heat, right?
Yeah.
That's not the fastest heat.
Yeah, there is one heat left.
Yeah, there is one heat left. So Trinity takes that one, 137.92. Belmont in second, 140.48. Milford, 140.82. Merrimack Valley, 140.94. Fourth section, Hanover, Windham, Oyster River, and Portsmouth. This will be the icing on the cake for Windham if they can win it. And they can. But you got to wonder, I mean, there's only 3 exchanges in a 4x200, and Merrimack Valley kind of bungled 2 of them.
Right.
You know, they might have taken that heat had they been prepared to do so, but those handoffs were
Yeah, you
rough.
got to have good handoffs.
Yeah.
Can't, the main thing is getting it around.
Stand on the blocks, that's good coaching. That's what these guys make the big bucks for, right? Got the Wyndham coach out there standing on his kids' blocks. Portsmouth got one of their coaches standing out at the blocks. I don't know about Oyster River. That doesn't look like one of their coaches. And they're off.
Final race of the day. Here we
Final
go.
race of the day.
Well, this part of the day.
For you, yeah. I'm back doing this again in the afternoon. Which is fun. Like it. Seeing as I'm not a big football fan, I don't mind that I'll be missing some of that. It's a bean dip I'll miss.
Right.
Wyndham takes it first.
Ooh, Wyndham.
Portsmouth right there. That was a little hairy. Wyndham to the front.
It's always nice to win the last.
It is.
To win and win.
Yep. Portsmouth in second. Oyster River in third. Hanover in fourth.
Wyndham can do this one right here. They should win this.
Yeah. Oh, you meant the handoff.
Yeah.
I thought you were being wise.
They get some fast. They got some
they do.
wheels coming up right here.
Yeah.
Remember, they went 1-2 in the 55.
They did. And I mean, what better way to finish off?
They went 1-2-6 in the 55. They got 19 points out of that.
But what better way to finish off your day than to win the ultimate race too? And they take the lead about 7 meters up. I think the winner of the 55, right? Or was he second?
I don't know. Don't remember.
Somebody in a singlet like that, anyways.
It said Wyndham on the front.
It said Wyndham on the front. And they're starting to roll him up, but I don't think they got enough room to do it.
There he goes.
As they come in, yep.
Hold on to the baton. There you go.
Oyster River, Portsmouth.
There's your state champions.
There are your state champions.
And on top of state champions. That's a great day. We have Wyndham and Souhegan.
Wyndham and Souhegan are your champs. Again, brought to you by Patriot Pole Vault. Supporting the website, supporting everything here that we're doing today. Fantastic day of competition. It's only half over. All righty.
All right, once again, this has been NewHampshireTrackandField.com, powered by Runners Alley, bringing you the Division II State Championship for our indoor season. And once again, thank you to our Meat Hub sponsor, Patriot Pole Vault.
All right. Well, Jim, fun working with you, buddy.
Mike, it's been great.
As always. All right.
Look forward to the Division Ones.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks.
See you, buddy.
All right.
Bye.